Yo. I couldn't start the finals without it being some yo's.
Yo ma.
Classic yo-yo-yos.
Classic yo-yo-yos.
Classic indeed.
It is the finals. We are here. It's a Sunday morning.
A beautiful
Why have you
Sunday
guys
morning.
picked Sunday morning? I will never know. But here we are. I am joined today, of course, with the one and only Gabblit and Joshua.
Yo,
Hey,
How are you guys?
not too bad, not too bad.
not too shabby.
Nice. So, we actually have a pre-show today. But
Wait, so
before we get into any of that, I want to take a quick look at our bracket. Of course, now we are in the grand finals. We can see that it is guys in real life versus World Regenesis, as they have both fought their way to the finals. World Regenesis actually, without losing a game, make their way here.
yes, they have been looking pretty strong this tournament. Of course, this is their first entry as well into the league, so definitely showing up. They're a proper contender.
Definitely a force to be reckoned with, and definitely a team to watch out for in Season 2. I believe they've entered Season 2, right? Or no spoilers?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we've had some teams enter. We've not had every team yet. I've thrown some messages at teams to see if they are going to be entering. Guys, you've got until Friday to get your teams and get in. If we're getting close to Friday and we don't have enough teams, I might try and make one, as I say every time, and then
You
don't
should
have
do
to
anyway.
because we get loads of
It'll be
teams.
very interesting with the new season coming out. It'll be pre-season pretty much.
Yeah, we've
Yep.
got a lot to learn on the casting desk, as well as players will have a lot to learn too.
She's like, why are they building this item? That's troll. No, wait, no, it's not.
No, wait, they changed that item. So, I'm actually going to put a vote out straight away in chat for some finals predictions. I want to hear your guys' predictions as well whilst I'm setting this up. Who are you expecting to win here?
So we've seen scrim between these two teams before, albeit both teams, I believe, had a different jungler at the time. So both the junglers have been changed, upgraded, whatever you want to say. So that's definitely going to make some big effect on who wins this game. I don't think we're going to have a blowout. I think one of the teams at least is going to take a game or two. We might even have a full 5 games. It depends how good the teams are at bouncing back. We saw Girl are pretty good at being able to bounce back from being tilted. World Regenesis, we don't know because we haven't seen them put in that position before.
Yeah,
Just from what I've heard about World Regenesis, I feel like they might have a harder time bouncing back, so I wouldn't be surprised if Girl take this 3-1.
that's a big thing, because yeah, as I said, World Regenesis haven't actually lost a game yet. They haven't been put in the behind position. It's interesting to see how they play from that. Remember, you can vote in chat, guys. There's a poll up there. Joshua,
Yeah,
what are you
that is
predicting?
true. That is true. We haven't seen World Regenesis actually like behind in any games, and they've been dominating the right side of the bracket. So, of course, they might be coming in here strong. Their heads might be big as whatever because they know that they've won 5 games straight, and now they're in the finals. And of course, Girl, they do have some hiccups here and there, but they're a really good cohesive team. I am going WRG or WRE, sorry, WRE 3-1.
3.
2-3-1s either way.
Gavin, what was your call? 3-1 as well?
Yep. I went 3-1.
Like he
'cause
went
we haven't-
Girl. He went 3-1
Yeah.
Girl.
We haven't
Girl?
seen World Regenesis have to bounce back, so I
Do you
think
know
if
what?
Girl take an early game, they could just roll over them.
The last time we saw them, it was close, and I want to call it 3-2. And because I love supporting the underdogs, I'm going to root for World Regenesis.
Ooh.
Oh.
So I'm going to put a 3-2 to World Regenesis. So yeah, throw your votes away in chat, guys. I'm really, really interested to see where those go.
That's
Now-
interesting. You think World Regenesis is the underdogs?
I do, because I think Girl have actually proven themselves through a harder bracket that they are such a, you know, I'm doing a hand motion, but of course cameras aren't on, so you can't see it. They're such a
Yeah.
tightly knit team, I think. And I think just through experience together alone and having had that harder bracket and having had that experience from playing behind, I think Girl are a stronger team, but that doesn't take away the fact that I just from watching World Regenesis these past few weeks, they have got some horrible picks up their sleeves and some honestly really unexpected what's the word I'm looking for? It's not strategies, but I don't know. There's always I feel like they're the wild card here, because I think while Regenesis, definitely not to be underestimated, each player on their own has shown that they are so strong in their own right. And that's why I think they can possibly pull this through.
Oh god, the chat seems to think it's going to be very close as well.
Wow.
Ooh.
I was watching and it was a tie right up until near the end, and then someone put in another vote for World Regenesis, and then someone else matched it with a vote for Girl, so
They were
keeping
doing
the
this on
ties
purpose.
going.
It
They're
was
doing it on purpose.
Yes, they are.
They are.
I mean, honestly, whoever picks Ornn, the ticking time bomb, I think they will win.
On the ticking time bomb.
Or
One does give you that
boy.
very late game insurance. Does pretty much give up your early game power, especially through that top side.
Right.
So we'll have to see how much priority they do place on the Ornn.
And then we're probably going to see Shen here as well, because the amount of pressure that they put bot lane and want to get, like for both teams,
Yes.
you'll see that. I'm seeing a contested picks coming out. Probably first game they're going to try a band of comfort picks, but as we go through the series, you're going to see certain bans, and then people just try and get that draft. We're going to see the meta
Evolve.
form during this finals.
Yeah, and it's really good to see. As was pointed out, the disqualified game against Girl did actually take
Yeah, it was a
a
3-2
couple of games.
overall. Virtual secret.
Yep.
So it's not like Girl just got wiped out there. They definitely put up a fight. In fact, do we think we need a reminder of our semi-finals?
Of our semi-finals could
I,
be useful.
I have something prepared
Oh,
Semi-finals, not
as
the whole bracket.
a reminder for our semi-finals. Now this is gonna be a bit jank because I forgot to set this up beforehand. Yep, that was about as expected.
you just added a browser source.
I did just add a browser. Right. Yes. Oh, there we go. Look at that. Correctly done. Right. So you're not using stream as OBS. No, it made me lag. So
Holy
music's
shit.
gonna fade out here as a little reminder of our semi-finals. Gavin, Joshua, I want to direct your attention to stream because I spent a half a day that I had available to make this. But yes, enjoy, guys. This is our quick message from the organisers, followed by a recap of our semi-finals. Oh boy, I sure can't wait to be Diamond. No. No!
Time for a new plan? A better plan. The Shuriman University of
I
Crab!
was in so many games!
Featuring such courses as Media Crabduction, Crab Law Scuttling, Reverse Scuttling, Crab Pewter Science, Witch Crab Hecarim Removal, Forensic Scuttling, Crab Keeping, Crab Engineering, Pincer Repair, Sweeping In, Sweeping Out, Crab Inspector, Ward Detection, Crab! The Shuriman University of Crabs.
Nice.
KDA, should we show them how we do it every day? Kali go girl, Kali don't stop, Kali don't skirt, Kali got a job, Kali got a word. 뜨거워 언제나 don't get burned. 넘쳐 흘러물 than a buffet. 죽여주잖아 like a buffet. 누가 감히 on my outfit. 그 문 열지 마 that's a rough day. Can't give any more cause I'm greater than. 필요 없는 시험들 다 뿐이미. But all of my numbers are talking back. 부루마법 message monopoly. 눈종이 돈이나 real money 필요 없대. 너네들이 만든 돈들 go get it, go get it, go get it. 더 미션 눈을 못대 못해 그래 너도 get it cause I got it different. All I'll ever know is life upon the throne. 시작하면 끝을 보는 거야. You want more? No, I got it so deep though. You look like you could use some more. No, I got it, never running low. Yeah, I got more than enough, set it up and away. You know I got it like boom, boom, blow your mind. Never giving less, and it's how it'll stay. You know I got it like all day, all the time. When I go, it's for thug, get it cool, but I'm cold. I don't fit in a mold, I'm a rebel. I don't do what you say, making moves. I don't wait while I smile in your face. I got different DNA. What's higher than the top? That's me. Come take a look before falling at my feet. 소용이 몸이 숙여봐. So take a look, 나를 기억해요, queen. All I'll ever know is life upon the throne. 시작하면 끝을 보는 거야. You want more? No, I got it so deep though. You look like you could use some more. No, I got it, never running low. Yeah, I got more than enough, set it up and away. You know I got it like boom, boom, blow your mind. Never giving less, and it's how it'll stay. You know I got it like all day, all the time. Way out, 感觉犹如海浪的微浪，不断往前，oh you never way down. This is how I do it every day. Wow, wow. 这一路上的奇迹都记住了你的每一个瞬间，无比的耀眼。I know you want some more， 准备好就一起走。Giving it all more. No, I got it so deep though. You look like you could use some more. No, I got it, never running low. Yeah, I got more than enough, set it up and away. You know I got it like boom, boom, blow your mind. Never giving less, and it's how it'll stay. You know I got it like all day, all the time. What are you willing to lose? You cover your wounds, but underneath them a million voices in your head that whisper, stop now. Another twist of the knife, a turn of the screws. It's all in your mind, and it's fighting you on yourself. The storm is coming. Wow, kid, what you gonna do now? It's your reflection looking back to pull you down. So are you gonna die today or make it out alive? You gotta conquer the monster in your head, and then you'll fly, fly, phoenix fly. It's time for a new empire. Go bury your demons, then tear down the ceiling, phoenix fly. And now you're playing with matches, come out of the ashes. gonna do now? It's your reflection looking back to pull you down. So are you gonna die today or make it out alive? You gotta conquer the monster in your head and then you'll fly. Like Phoenix fly. It's time for a new empire. Go bury your demons, then tear down the ceiling. Phoenix fly. So are you gonna die today or make it out alive? You gotta conquer the monster in your head and then you'll fly. Like Phoenix fly. It's time for a new empire. Go bury your demons, then tear down the ceiling. Phoenix fly.
So, that was
Oh.
our
Oh,
week
wow.
semi-finals for a little recap for you. Had a half a day to make that, so I did the best I can. Yes.
I mean,
it was
it was
probably
already
a little
good,
bit
so-
It wasn't
biased,
that bad. It wasn't that bad, you know? It was
but yes, it was just a little
definitely
technical
from my
touch for you.
region.
I thought you might like that, but that's not where the pre-show ends.
Wait, what?
As we have
What?
some interesting,
Yes.
interesting things for you.
Oh, yes.
So.
Oh yes.
I was wondering, and this was actually a suggestion from Girl. You guys actually don't know a whole lot about the players in the league. So, why don't we introduce them all? Starting with, guys in real life, the one and only, top laner himself, Zabator. Now, this is Zabator here. Unfortunately, Zabator is the only player in our top 10, in our two teams here. He has no stats on the leaderboard. But they all submitted some nice photos for me to use for them, all with permission. So,
I'm sorry. I literally just looked at the screen and I just lost it. I absolutely lost it.
I definitely went and got his permission for this one. Quick, from Tukash. So yeah, this is Zabator, the top laner for guys in real life. Previously their AD carry, also known as Zabator Ray, which I think we've been pronouncing wrong for a long time. I think that might be why I changed his name. But yes,
Yeah, maybe that's why. Yeah.
maybe that's right. In the jungle for guys in real life, we have Mr. Bal Yeet with a top quality photo here. I'm loving the shades. He is second place for our most kills record in any one game. Hit the 12th. 7th place for least death. Oh, 9th place for least deaths. And 10th place
That's,
for highest kill percentage.
Wow, we're
So-
trying to be serious here.
Definitely-
Ninth place.
Definitely, it counts top 10. Counts top 10. So he's definitely a fan of his carry junglers. Seen some quality performances on the Kindred as well.
Wait, is that just the junglers or the whole league?
whole league.
Okay,
This is the
okay,
whole
okay.
league.
That's better
So
than.
it's top, it's
It's
top
like when
10
you're
in the
throwing
whole
shade.
league,
I was
not
like,
top
wait
10
a
for
second.
junglers. I should probably point that out. In the mid lane for guys in real life, we have Mr. Ignite Man himself. It is Preston.
I have yet to see him take TP.
He will not take
I've
TP.
yet to see him take anything except ignite.
Yes. He has 10th place for most kills in one game, 6th place for most assists, 4th place for least deaths, 4th for highest KDA, and the 1st place for most adamant to take Ignite mid. with Infinite.
Yeah, he's always going to take that Ignite mid.
He's always gonna take Ignite mid.
Come on, Preston. Show me something different. Pull out the
For
TP.
AD carry for guys in real life, we have Mr. Man himself looking very dapper with those sunglasses. I love the running theme we have here with sunglasses. 3rd place for most kills in one game. 10th place for most assists. 7th for least deaths. 5th for highest KDA and 5th for highest CS per minute. Those of you who don't know, Mr. Man has played an entire season and all of this tournament for CL and is still yet to buy a pink ward. That
You
vision
can change
score
it
he has
here
got
and now.
there, all from trinkets. Mr. Man showing us that pink wards are in fact an overrated purchase. You don't need them really.
All from trinkets and getting the last hit on wards. The
Yeah.
support.
Trinkets
reveals,
and
yeah.
ward killing, of course.
Yeah.
And for support, we have the one and only Troll Zoe, whose photo might actually be my favourite here. Caption this with, "This is how I play most of the games anyway." Who's got 4th place for highest vision
I
score.
think he's cosplaying Yumi right there. You know.
And it's a big fan of their Moby boots, aka Nike Jordans. We are not sponsored. So that is
Other
guys in real
running boots
life.
are available.
Yeah, that's guys in real life. How about Wild Regenesis? How much do you guys know about Wild Regenesis? Because I don't know much. But I do now, because in the top lane, we have Mr. Illusion himself. 7th place for most assists in one game. 5th for least deaths, and 9th on that KDA table. He sent me 2 pictures and told me to choose, and I'm not gonna lie, this was just the easiest one to cut out the frame.
I think you can see his name and everything right there on his name tag.
Yep, so that's why I'm going to move the scene over to Wild Regenesis' jungle. Mr. Zedrus, who sent me this picture of him. I think this is old, but I don't have that confirmed.
You never
this
know.
could be a really recent picture of Zedrus. Who knows? Only Zedrus. Zedrus it has 6th place for most kills in one game, 8th for least deaths, and 8th on that vision table as well. For sure.
Yep.
That drool is
Moving away
Something
from the
to
draw,
behold.
in the mid lane
Supposed to fit
for
with the
Wild
background.
Regenesis, we have Cheetah himself. Keeping up with our sunglasses trends, he is crawling through your mid lane and is 4th place for that most kills in one game leaderboard and 8th on that most assists. Do you know what? I think next time we do this, I'm going to tell everyone to wear sunglasses.
or
Because it just adds to the vibe.
or we just get baby pictures of everyone.
Or the pictures.
Yeah, we gotta have a theme going, I feel like.
Of
That's
course. In the AD carry position for Wild Regenesis moving swiftly on is the one and only Titus. Mr. Twitch Community Guidelines does not like his name at all. Titus actually has the most top 10 stats. I had to shrink all of this text for this one. He has the most kills in one game in 7th place. Most assists, he's the 1st place up there with 22. 10th place on least deaths. 8th on the highest KDA. 3rd with highest KP. 76 kill participation is insane. 10th CS a minute. And of course, the most top 10 picks. These stats are from the tournament, not from the season. I could have combined them, but of course I didn't have a whole lot of time to do this. These were all made
and World
yesterday.
Genesis didn't play in the season, so
And
Yeah,
and
it
World
would've been
Regenesis
interesting.
didn't play in the season. Yeah, so these are all the tournament stats.
Yeah.
And finally, in the support position for Wild Regenesis, we have AJ Styles himself, who got his own hook montage during that hype video. Him and a snake. He is 2nd place for most assists up there with 21. 2nd
and
place
his
for Wild
snake.
Regenesis. Yeah, actually, Wild Regenesis bot lane holds both records, 1st and 2nd for most assists in one game. Least Etsy is 6th. Highest KDA up in there in 3rd place with an 8.0 KDA. And 10th place in highest kill participation.
See how big that stink is? It's bigger
Damn,
than mine.
that's a power play right there. Bring a snake.
Gotta flex the snake. So-
Maybe it's a precursor for a Casio pick.
Ooh,
Ooh.
5 heading. Could have the Casio support. So, do you want a quick look at our teams together? Our hype matchup between
course.
guys in real life and World Regenesis.
Yeah, actually.
I'm not gonna lie. Not a lot of effort was put into this scene.
Hey, I mean, it works.
I think the most effort I put in was lining up Preston's "You just activated my," and then putting the girl underneath it, so it says "You just activated my girl."
My girl. Oh,
That's where the effort
nice.
went. So, I didn't realize how well timed calling half an hour pre-show would be. But
You timed it
Yeah.
well.
I did.
Really well.
Very well indeed.
And
And,
with that, our players are in the lobby and ready. Players,
They're not ready.
They're not ready.
The players are in the lobby, but someone's just quickly changing over router. So we will be starting as soon as the players are ready.
Yes. I can see we've got a nice big spike in viewers today, so I want to do a quick, or one of you could maybe give us a quick rundown of what is CL? Who are we?
What is
Why are we
CL?
here? That's not
CL
supposed to be there. Hi, Twitch chat.
Chat.
We have any production
CL
value?
stands for Coral. We run our own league. Me and Ioriaa here.
Hi, I'm
We have a tournament, we have a regular season, we're taking entries to the regular season now, so anyone that does have a team that might want to enter, you just need to join the Discord,
I'm
which
getting a
is
link.
either linked here or we'll link it in a second. Jump in the Discord, read the rules. If you're interested, feel free to sign up.
That's not the right link.
That's not the right link.
I'm gonna
Wow,
fix
just
that.
chilling your own Discord.
Yeah, that was that's the wrong Discord. So use the first link that I posted in chat for the CL Discord. The other one was when I tried to be a not casting streamer. So we'll just forget about that one. Anyway, yeah. So if
Yeah.
you're interested in that, most teams here are around the plat level now.
Yeah, around gold to plat, I would say. I mean, these are the top 2 teams. So you're gonna see it's a big difference in ranks across the board, pretty much. We have everything in here from gold 3 up to diamond 2
Yeah.
right now in this game.
And with that, Champ
Jump into
Select
Champ Select.
begins. And a jarring stop on the music. As game 1 begins
So,
with a Gragas
Girl
ban.
started on the blue side, choosing to ban the Gragas first. That's not too surprising.
Yeah, taking away some key picks away from Zedrus. Zedrus is known for definitely carry junglers, and I actually don't think he's been allowed to play Gragas this whole tournament. No one wants him to have it.
Gragas can be a very strong jungler in the right hands. I'm not too surprised that it's banned out. Whereas on the other side, it looks like Regenesis want to get their bot lane ahead. They banned out the Lulu. I would expect them maybe to ban out a few more of the safer enchanters if they want to follow this line of thought and try and get Titus and AJ Styles into a really good matchup where they can really abuse it. Kai'Sa is Mr. Man's most played AD carry. It's what he loves, it's what he's comfortable on. That's just a straight up denial pick. Tristana was also the other ban from Gil, which is one of Titus's best champions, so not too surprising there. And Girl also take away Ornn, saying we don't want to have to first pick this champion, so we're just not going to let you play it. Evelyn is also Balyut's possibly most played jungler, one of his most played junglers.
Yes. I mean, jumping back to that Kai'Sa point, we saw in that little recap video, one time Mr. Man got given his Kai'Sa. We saw some high quality gameplay, and one of Girl's wins came from that game. So yeah, that's taken away from him first. But the
Priority on the junglers,
lock-in,
Kindred
yeah,
being picked
Kindred.
up.
I mean,
Kindred is a very strong jungler if you can support it. Rakan is just AJ Styles' tryhard champion. Is it once I think he said he only brought it out when he respected the opponent, something like that. Zyra
Something
Khan
like that,
bot
yeah.
lane locked in. So that's a very strong bot lane they've locked in right there.
opened up on one
wanting-
touch.
Yeah,
Rakan.
wanting to
Beautiful.
get ahead from the bottom lane, secure that dragon pressure.
Secured indeed. Girl are starting to look at their mid lane, possibly pulling out that Preston that Preston. That Ioriaa for Preston. We
We
saw.
saw the shockwaves.
Oh.
They were amazing from Preston.
Preston
You saw a lot of them
shockwaves.
during the montage, hitting 3-4 people consistently. It's a very good blind pick. And so it's not too surprising they would want to lock something in. I think they'd probably take either their ADC or support here, whichever pool they think will get pinched out more.
Yeah, honestly, MV Preston, I like that it's coming back. We will be seeing Ignite, there is no question there, unless he's waited all this time to bring us the teleport. Maybe.
Ezreal is a very safe laner, so he should be able to stay fairly safe into Xayah Rakan. It should be quite hard to punish.
Honestly, I'm surprised to see these very early mid-jungle picks from guys in real life. Mid-jungle and AD carry, actually.
And Kha'Zix. So yep, we've got two very well, we've got a very heavy assassin jungler here. Probably wants to get onto that backline. The Ioriaa not too mobile. Can potentially be bursted out very quickly. They've taken away the Thresh, which is thought to be quite a good pick into Rakan if you can play the matchup well. It's a very good pick into Rakan. And Trollzoe has been playing quite a lot of Thresh, so that's not too surprising. I think they'll probably pinch the support pool again. Try and take away something else that they either don't like the matchup for Rakan into, or they think is one of Trollzoe's better champions. Yone's being banned out, which I find quite interesting. There's no AP really on the side of World Regenesis right now, so it seems unlikely they would want to lock in something like the Yone, which is very heavily attack damage focused. Shen is just a takeaway from the top laner. Saboteur, he plays Shen, and he plays it well. No surprise, really, if they want to let the blind pick. Someone's talking about, since when is Ori a good blind pick? Orianna's just a very safe scaling pick. Like, you can argue whether it's a good blind pick, but it's a safe scaling pick that'll get you through towards that later game and give you really good pressure. Then it doesn't lose much pressure in the first few levels, which is where you really want the pressure in the mid lane to help contest the scuttles. She can clear waves pretty quick. Malphite is locked in. Looks like we're getting a wombo combo team.
Yeah, well, Regenesis pulling out what Girl pulled out in Game 4 of their semi-finals. The wombo combo is the way to go, and if executed, it looks absolutely beautiful.
It's an interesting point here. Morgana has been pulled out most. I think it's been pulled out the most for Trollzoe right now. Plays it, I think, pretty much the first game whenever it's not banned. So we'll have to see how good that is here. It can, of course, stop the Malphite knockup, Rakan charm into knockup, roots from Xayah and Olaf as well. They're just saying, you've got a team that wants to knock people up. Yeah, let's just draft some champions that won't let you do that.
Yeah. I feel like Warrior Genesis are trolling us here with this final hover with the Tahm Kench. They're missing their mid laner currently, unless they are possibly pulling out the Season 3 Alex each Kha'Zix mid, or possibly
Mid lane
Malphite.
Rakan is a thing. It's not played
Sort of
much,
Diana,
so I
that's
wouldn't
more
expect
like
it.
That's
Diana
more
makes a
like
lot
it.
more sense. Something that can definitely try and pressure and get kills onto the Orianna. Can still farm fairly safely using that Q. The fact that she can get a shield.
Yeah.
So here we've got
It's like we've seen
the
Keisha on
teams
before.
locked in.
It's quite confident on, quite comfortable with. I'm excited.
And the Olaf top lane was locked in yet again. So you've seen this before. Malphite does have a really nice lane here. He's into Olaf, Kindred, 2 AD champions. Of course, Olaf does bring a little bit of that true damage, so he can do quite a bit of damage there still. And he does have to be a little bit careful about when that Olaf hits 6, but he should be fairly confident to just sit back and not die in this lane, especially if he is building tank. There will be a little bit of a pressure vacuum in this towards this first top scuttle for World Regenesis. They should not be able to really contest it. I'd be surprised if they try. So we will have a little bit of luck rolling the dice here on where the first Kindred mark spawns. If it spawns on the bottom side, that's favourable for World Regenesis, of course, because they have the pressure with the Xayah Rakan. If it spawns on the top side, it's for Kindred, because they should definitely have the pressure in the Olaf. Malphite lane, and Ioriaa should be able to push Diana if needed.
Yes. You guys can vote in chat now for who you expect to be winning Game 1, whether you think it is the blue side of Guys in Real Life, or our red side of World Regenesis. Gavin, where are you casting your vote?
So, there's clearly a massive wombo combo here for the side of World Regenesis. The side of Girl have also a little bit of a wombo combo with the Ioriaa running in with the Olaf ball. I think they've got a much better team comp here for just outlasting a wombo combo. They've got that Kindred ult, they've got Olaf ult to ignore all the CC, they've got Morgana Black Shield to ignore CC. Ezreal's fairly safe, he should just be able to Arcane Shift out of any engage. It seems like Girl have drafted almost a perfect comp to just get out of what World Regenesis want to try and do here. It's all going to come down to pretty much, can they kill the Kindred and Ioriaa before the Kindred ult comes down? I think if the Kindred ult comes down, Girl should be able to take the team fights.
Yeah, honestly, I agree with you. But I want to add on to the fact that every single one of these picks from Girl are picks we've seen them on before, and picks that we've seen them play so well. I mean, we saw Balyi have multiple carry games on that Kindred. We saw MV Preston in the semi-finals with that beautiful Ioriaa game. Of course, the Ezreal Morgana being just pocket picks and so stable for Mr. Mandrill, sorry. And where can you go wrong with an Olaf top lane?
Yeah, I think even last time we saw him play Olaf top, I think he entered a kill early on, and he still did everything that he needed to do towards the mid to late game, just running people down and ignoring all the CC, tanking up CC wherever he could do it. Of course, this is not really a team he's into where he can tank CC for the rest of the team, but he can still just ignore it, run towards that backline, and Zaya's going to have a little bit of a hard time, and that bug might do as well, trying to stay alive.
Yeah, it's hard to kite off an Olaf once that Ragnarok is off. It doesn't matter if you're a Rakan, you've got that quickness. Charms do not stop him. Pulls do not stop him. Knockups do not stop him.
He is
Tidus
too
does in fact
angry
have
to
the
be
ultimate,
stopped.
so he can put himself as untargetable for just a little bit.
Very brief amount of time, I think it's 1.5 to 2 seconds.
But that does
One
buy
and
him
a
enough
half,
time to
maybe.
possibly flash or for Ragnarok to time out and him to get a root. So there's definitely potential for World
Yes,
Regenesis.
potential for both teams. This could be quite an interesting game. We'll have to see how it goes.
We will indeed. Looking at chat's poll, it's looking ever so slightly in favour of Guys in Real Life to win Game 1. 57% for them, 43 to World Regenesis. So a little bit split. As we're getting
course.
into our load screen. We will be there soon. I know it's a black screen, but that's just a bug with the week at the moment.
The only games we've seen between these two teams before was a scrim, and Girl did take game 1 in that. Before WR came back for the reverse 2-game sweep, I believe. In terms of what we see room-wise, we do have Ghost Teleport on the Olaf, so looking to run down the Malphite in lane, maybe realizing, you know what, the flash isn't going to be too useful for me here. Really, I just need to run people down. It's not like they have too many dashes to get away. Could press the attack on the Kindred, so wanting to do a little bit more of the damage on the ganks. We have Guardian on the Morgana, wanting to try and keep the rest of the team alive and himself through the burst. I think that's a really smart pickup. On the other side, we don't have anything too unusual. We do have the Conqueror on the Kha'Zix, so wanting to keep alive or wanting to extend these fights a bit, maybe try and get some healing out of it. Early ward placed by Troll Zoe in the river bot side bush.
As expected, I've
We
been a bit
are
slow
into
to
game.
load in. First game
WR have
is
just
the curse.
stacked bottom side invade bush, pretty much, but no one is going to go check that. Girl have just fanned out. They're just making sure no one can invade.
Speaking of
They
the
do
runes,
actually spot AJ Styles.
Speaking of the runes, I actually find it really interesting that Zedrus opted for the Conqueror on the Kha'Zix with a draft which is so really well pushing for we blow you up and you know we don't want to give you time to ult as Kindred.
I think he's wanting to keep himself alive through the Kindred ult, stack up that Conqueror during the Kindred ult, and then when he comes out of it, he'll have the healing and he'll have the extra damage. It's an interesting pickup. The Mark did go down onto the Kha'Zix early. So Baoyi
Now,
potentially wanting to take the 1v1. Not signaling he's going to gank anywhere yet.
as this is game 1, and the players just send me photos, I did set this up, and you guys can tell me if it's a bit too distracting or if you want it gone. But I thought as it's finals, we could have a little bit of meme value. But it definitely can be turned off. But yes, do you see
Trades
pretty
up in this top lane.
standard start. Yeah, Zabutor playing nice and aggressive with that level 1 Olaf, using those axe tosses to just assert dominance over Illusion. It's rough being a level 1 Malphite.
Do you have that Q to steal the move speed? It should be pretty hard for Olaf to run you down early, and just the longer it goes, the more armor he gets, the better he's going to feel in this lane. Interestingly enough, Mr. Man and Trollzoe did get the priority in this bot lane early. They're out CSing and they hit level 2 first. Looks like they might want to go for some sort of deep ward, check if that crab gets done.
Yep, of course they're just starting on that bottom side. It's probably going to be fostering for top Scut if we have a quick look. Oh, actually, in this bot lane engagement, Major Stars gets the knock up. Just showing dominance. Showing that he's not scared to go in. And AJ, of course, we know, is an incredibly aggressive support, likes to be the playmaker.
So, there's an interesting ward in the bot lane here from World Regenesis. You can see it in that bottom bush, and that's because they've identified that Girl really like to lane gank in this bottom lane. And they know that one of the things that has happened...
Oh, invade! Zedrus coming in to steal the blue buff. Ioriaa now level 3, but only has a single buff, forced to flash away over that wall. But Zabutor's coming down. They actually have Preston coming over as well. Zedrus caught in this possible 3v1.
You should have jump back up in just a second.
Illusion is there to support. Looks like they're going to give him time to get the jump off, but actually Zabutor's on his own. Zedrus has got the isolation. He can just go for the kill into Zabutor as he jumps and gets that first blood. Girl just abandoning Zabutor.
Yeah. A little bit of a disaster there.
Yeah, a little bit of a disaster. I'm actually not a fan of those pictures rolling, so I'm going to turn them off. I didn't actually get too much time to preview it, so I was like, yeah, I'll just see how it looks at the time. And no, I don't like it. Anyway, we do see the rest of Girl are going to posture down to secure that bottom side scuttle, knowing that Zedrus is on the top side.
And that is where the Mark has spawned. I think they've left it so that the Mark will spawn, make sure the Mark spawns on it. Oh, well, that is where the Mark did spawn, is what I mean to say. So Baoyi did manage to pick up Scuttle. There's an engagement mid.
Pressing, possibly in dangerous situation in mid lane. Zedrus comes in, ball is on him, but huge burst from both Zedrus and Cheetah. Cheetah actually going underneath that tower to secure the kill, but taking 1-2 tower shots, forced to flash away to avoid the third.
A clean tower dive there in the end.
Both understanding their own champion's burst and just showing that, you know, confidence is the way to go. If you know you can do it, if you know you have the damage, catch them off guard. And Preston definitely wasn't ready.
That was a big mid wave that Preston lost there. It did go into the pockets of Baoyi, so it's not the worst thing. It's got into your Kindred, who can definitely carry a game like this.
Yeah, we've definitely seen Value carry.
Ghost popped in top lane.
Ghost in top lane, yeah. Illusion out of mana. Zabutor just free to axe toss all over him. Plus plenty of mana, plenty of health. Illusion just has to run away. Flashes, but you can't flash an auto attack once it's already finished. Channeling.
And too many times we see this happen. Someone trying to flash.
The final auto attack, just flash earlier, if you're going to.
Didn't respect Zabutor and the fact that he popped Ghost. He'd committed.
Do you find it interesting, Titus and AJ Styles on the Syra Khan haven't really managed to get any sort of lead early game. Actually, not being too strong in lane into this Ezreal Morgana combo. Pink has come down on the dragon. Zedrus maybe just knowing.
Starting up. Is that our vision?
Yeah, they know that Ezreal Morgana have backed and that this is their time to force the dragon. Just really good timing there.
With Cheetah having mid pro and Titus and AJ Styles having bot pro, this is about as free of a dragon as it gets. It does look like Girls in World know what's going on now. Lots of pings coming across to that dragon area, but no one's there to contest it, and that'd be dragon number 1 as a mountain going over to World Regenesis.
Ooh. Now, Bally is going for this stack. He might actually end up giving his life up for it. Pings have come down. More Regenesis.
Zed just knows it's happening, but he was not quite quick enough. Bally did get that smite off very quickly, and as you only need to get the large monster.
Ultimate
Oh, actually,
jump in
ultimate
the
coming
mid
from Cheetah. Pulls in Preston. Preston's only level 5. Doesn't have the ultimate to return, but Bally, of course, will be there first. Charles will be hanging in the wings as well. But it means Preston is safe to hit level 6, knowing that Cheetah no longer has ultimate available.
So yeah, Bally is slowly stacking up these Kindred stacks. So not too bad there. You can see Illusion is going that tank route in the top lane, has already picked up the anti-heal into the Olaf. Really good pickup.
This man getting knocked up. Just Age starts showing that Straws Age comes back. But yes, Bally already sitting on 2 stacks and is following the spot lane. Could be looking for a pick.
Here we go.
AJ.
We're going for another bot lane gank. Girl absolutely love to do this.
They haven't spotted him in the bush. It's going to start channeling that recall though, as I do not expect Titus to walk up considering AJ Styles has gone off toward his own jungle.
Yeah, he's gone toward the jungle because they know that stack is spawning in it.
Zedras
And,
being on the
they
way to
wanna
mid
know.
lane. Looking for Preston again. Knows he has
His
no flash
flash is
available.
not up.
Shockwave is ready, but balls onto Preston for that extra armor MR.
Ooh.
Shockwave himself, but it doesn't connect onto Zedras.
And that would have been a kill if that had connected.
Zedras backing away just in time. No sombreros today for Preston.
Well, the sombrero, it just didn't impress anyone.
It was a bland sombrero. Yeah, they need the bits with like the string hanging down. I don't know what they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want one of those. I don't think they're even sombreros, but I'd like to think that you can do.
They're
that
like the
to a
Australian
sombrero.
version, aren't they?
Yeah. League of Legends, everyone.
League of Legends.
Meanwhile, we do see both Balyit and Zedras going into Zedras' jungle on this red side. Just going to see the way that red actually giving it over to Zabutor. Really going to help him just be even more dominant over Illusion in that top lane on the Olaf. Has picked up the Phage, so it's going to be even harder for Illusion to kite.
Just waiting for a potential gank here.
Just
Trinket
hopping
will
over
show
that
him
wall.
he's spotted.
It is going to jump straight onto a ward though, so Troll Zoe and Mr. Man will
They
back
don't want
away.
to give up this control ward, and they can see AJ Styles level 5. And just
Zabutor playing
bullying
aggressive
here from the Olaf.
again. Honestly, because
Well,
I
that's
haven't
what we
seen
expect.
Zabutor's Olaf before, and he seems so comfortable and so, confident on it. And he's
Yeah,
really able to push that limit.
The bad news is, Malphite pretty much just wants to live through this lane. The more he can live and the more CS he gets, the better he judges the lane has gone for him. You expect to be really far down on CS. Ooh, that's the
Oh,
ultimate
Zedras coming
used.
in mid lane. The ultimate used by Cheetah to pull Preston in, and Preston. No more.
Doesn't burn the flash. Decides he wants to save it for maybe another...
On the way, Pink's coming in this topside jungle as
time.
Zedras spots out Zabutor. Zabutor looks like he's going to be able to get away from it though. Although actually,
there's no
maybe he
flash
didn't
on
spot
the
him as
Olaf.
the unstoppable force comes out and knocks up Zabutor. He
Oh,
pops out
nice
Ragnarok
flash
to help him, but the
from
flash ultra from Balyit keeps him alive. I think I managed to fall slightly behind. Meanwhile, in bottom lane, AJ Styles going for that engage. Troll's already looking pretty low, but AJ is 2. This true shot barrage
Big.
does come out, tags Titus.
And AJ did use the Ignite. Flash and Exhaust were used by Troll Zoe, and a heal from Mr. Manta. Overall, a win for World Regenesis in that bottom lane.
Yeah, this isn't looking too great for Girl at the 10-minute mark. They're just over 1,000 gold behind. There's a Kha'Zix that's 2-0, starting to creep ahead. It's not game over for sure. But it's scary. They're not in a
There
good
is-
spot right now.
There's a dragon spawning in about 40 seconds. I'll be interested to see if they want to
Oh, root line with
do
AJ.
this. I'm not going
Preston
to follow
wasn't quite
that
there
up.
in time. He was about, but he wasn't quite close enough. They look like they want to
this
force
is
it.
not-
Flash into sombrero,
Oh,
but it doesn't
no.
connect again. Preston has a black shield, so it won't be CC, but takes a lot of damage. Titus turning it around. Gets the kill onto Preston.
Caster Curse, we were talking about the amazing shockwaves. And double sombreros. You know, it
Preston.
just has to happen sometimes. AJ Styles and Titus are still pretty low
She's
here.
just coming in.
No
Looking for
ult's
sandwich
been
here.
used.
Does have the ult available. Catches Mr. Man. Gets the moonshine. Pulls 2. Trolls
Nice
will be taken
jump
away
out,
immediately.
but-
Teleport coming in from Zabator,
Cheetah's
but it could
pretty
be
low
too
now.
late. As Cheetah's already taken out. Baoyi getting away, but Titus will finish him off. But Zabator is here to turn the tides. As he calls thunder from the skies to take out Titus.
Overall, the trade comes out probably slightly in favor of the.
Yeah, Zedrus is sneaking the dragon actually. Absolutely clueless. Oh, I didn't hide chat.
Well,
Okay.
comes out in favor of World Regenesis because they've
Okay.
got the dragon as well from that. But overall, that wasn't too bad for the side of Girl. If the dragon hadn't gone over, they've denied a wave from Titus, and sure, your Olaf does lose a wave in the top lane,
So,
but you
quite
trade a
well
couple of
positioned here.
kills. Not too bad.
Actually,
Zedrus
goes aggressive, going on
wants
to Baoyi, but he's not alone. Trollzo is
Does
around,
have
and
the
so is
isolation.
Crest, and Shockwave's not quite up again, though. We'll use that blast plant to get over the wall. But yeah, Cloud Soul, no surprises, as our caster cast comes through, brings out the Cloud Souls. Honestly, probably not the best for either team here. The ult cooldown's of course going to be nice for Illusion, if you can get it, for Cheetah as well, and for Titus, just to keep himself safe. On the contrary, if Garl can have a turnaround and pick up the 4 Cloud Soul, Zabator is home and laughing. Bao Yeet becomes so much harder to kill. And in spot lane, speaking of Bao Yeet, finds
AJ
onto
starts it on
AJ,
his
so
own.
Troll's like, doesn't quite connect that binding, but misses jump over the walls. That just is there to support. It does look like the rest of Girl are going to let him go. But yeah, as I was saying, if Girl can turn this around magically, pick up that 4 Cloud Soul, Zabator is home laughing. Bao Yeet loves the ulti cooldown. Preston has even more chances to pull off those amazing shockwaves that we saw in the semis. Mr. Man. More
Illusion
2-shot
feeling
barrages.
himself.
And actually that helper down in the bottom lane. Looking to get this plating. It's possibly a little early, but just looking to get the pressure as they can get it. Does get the gold. Actually all onto Bao Yeet. No one else managed to attack that tower.
That might not be the worst thing. You would love to have some of that gold in the Ezreal, get him towards that Triforce or Frozen Gauntlet a lot quicker, depending on whichever one he wants to go. I personally think Triforce here is still really good. If you would just want to go towards that more damage-orientated build, it means that they really do have to focus you down, and you're a slippery Ezreal. You're gonna be really hard to focus down.
I'm not sure. I kind of like the idea of Frozen Gauntlet, considering there's a Kha'Zix's extra armor will not go amiss, and help just to make him a little bit more mobile in these fights. Does of course have the jump, but beyond that, not a
AJ.
lot. Actually, you're gonna get rooted. Just pumping down some damage, but AJ's turning around for that engage. Titus popping that ultimate as well, but the special comes down to Mr. Man, so he
They
can't get
pulled in
rooted.
Troll Zoe.
So he's rooted actually in the middle, but has forwarded his ultimate.
It's very low.
Just about gonna go with the health, and Mr. Man will shred down Titus in the meantime. AJ Styles getting away, but Mr. Man will have that
Oh,
up very soon. He's gonna let him go.
that's
Meanwhile, in the top lane,
instant
Bao Yi actually in the
engage onto
shroud
Bait.
will be popped by Zedrus as he flashes over the wall to secure it. But now Zabator and Preston in the area. Zedrus gonna find that blast cone, gets over the wall into the space of illusion, goes popped by Zabator, not realizing that there's an illusion there. Very scary Malphite. You're not quite at the stage where you can 2v1 on Olaf.
Quite, no.
The good news as well is there is now a bounty on Zedrus' Kha'Zix. If you ever do get that kill on him, that's 2 kills at this point. That's what that's worth.
Yeah, he just
you
puts up
see-
the 300.
Cloth armor picked up by Ezreal, he will be going towards this Frozen Gauntlet, realizing maybe at this point, yes, Kha'Zix and Xayah are the 2 doing the most damage. Let's just stop that.
You always do more damage when you're alive than when you're dead.
This is true. Unless maybe you're Kha'Zix.
How do you do damage when you're dead?
Not
as
Kha'Zix, Karthus. That's what I mean.
Ah, yes,
Yeah.
of course. Honestly, the only
Karthus,
other
maybe
condition I could think
Cogmore.
of is if you were like AFK walking away. Actually, meanwhile, Trolls are going to get
Ooh,
picked off here.
Trollzo.
They just get a huge amount of damage, but gets a
Nice
flash out of
instant
Trolls
root.
over.
Cheetah
Cheetah
will
just comes
just
around
pick
the
that
side, pops him off. Cheetah then ulting, pulling Valley in, gets a double kill. That's a huge Diana. And Girl did not see it coming.
That was just World Genesis was in the right place at the right time. Saw Troll Zoe coming, nothing really you could do to get out of that one.
Yeah, we can see it pointed out. We do have Cheetah starting with the Ludens, does have the burst option. Ludens also will help him with the wave clear into that Ioriaa. It means that he's not as pressured to go for those passive autos. He can just Q, get rid of that backline, then use passive on front and have an incredibly fast clear. means he
And
can...
it does give
Roam
him the
Surges, yeah.
mana, of course,
And of
which
course the
is
mana.
very good.
Mana is good, just like Baron is good.
Just like Baron is good. Indeed.
Meanwhile,
So we have another Drake
yeah,
spawning
10
very
seconds.
soon. Zedress is nowhere near. It'll be interesting to see whether they'll try and force this. They have brought Zabator down.
Yeah, do you have
Looks like they
AJ
might want to
clearing
get this
some vision?
dragon.
But it's going to be possibly caught out by Zabator here. He does find a ward there.
Now that
AJ
they know
should be
Zabator's
safe.
on this bottom side, they should know that Girl are going to force this
Yeah.
Drake.
Zedress is actually doing the Herald in this meantime. So this is just while
That
Regenesis'
is.
game. Can they stall out the dragon from Girl? As Cheetah is there, does have that ultimate available. Doesn't connect the Q onto Troll Zoe. So won't be able to get the resets, and that'll be the first Cloud Dragon even going over to guys in real life. And there's actually Zabator looking for a pick on the AJ. Does jump away.
Grand entrance.
Meanwhile,
Needs to
actually,
just
Mr. Man going
get
very
away.
aggressive onto Titus here. Looking for the pick, forces the ultimate, but has
That's a
black
lot of
shield,
feathers.
so can't be rooted. Doesn't go any further. The True Shot Barrage does actually connect him to Titus, but it's not enough to finish him. Actually, Troll Zoe looking for the pick. But meanwhile, in this top lane, after that Herald was taken, Illusion and Zedress took the first tower, heralded tower number 2, and Zabator and Baoyi are showing up with Preston to turn this around. So they take away the Herald.
Oh, this could be bad.
Shockwave connects, flashed
Shockwave
away,
used
but hits
against
onto
Zedress.
Zedress. Gonna jump over the wall, Preston will finish him off, but the Unstoppable Force will catch Preston too. It's a lot of CC, but not a lot of damage.
That's
as
not
the
a damage.
3 of Girl finish off Illusion as well. It's a shutdown on Zedress, as well as kicking up
And it goes
Illusion
into
as well.
Preston's pockets. That is really big. That's your AP damage right there. That's where you want that.
Preston's
gold
comeback
going.
art, question mark?
Preston's comeback.
Are we having MV Preston again? Maybe he just had a rough
See.
early and the shockwaves are going to be on point again.
Mr. Man actually is doing really well with his trades.
Oh, the
Yeah,
flash, into the
forwards.
dash from Cheetah. Ultimate to pull Preston in. That is an incredibly scary Diana now. 5-1. Preston.
And yeah, just watch Mr. Man on this Ezreal. He's constantly going forwards, just taking those auto attack trades with the Rakan whenever he can, with the Xayah whenever he feels like he can. And it's not often you see that. It's good to see someone who's happy to arcane shift forwards now and then to get that extra damage.
Yep, it all does come with the risk there. Meanwhile, we do see Cheetah actually going to finish off that mid tower. These towers are falling. The guys
Interestingly,
in real life.
seems like Bali did not want to go to that tower, try and keep it. They're happy to just let the tower fall and maybe let Preston farm a little bit further back. World Regenesis have this bottom side jungle
Yeah, they're possibly looking for a pick hit onto
complete to
Preston.
themselves.
So he steps
Oh,
forward
no.
into the wave.
He's
Has
got no flash, but he does have
no idea
shockwave.
they're there, but he's posturing towards Wolves, so we'll be safer. So they rotate down towards bot. Possibly going to maybe pick up on Mr. Man here. So he approaches with the waves. They're just ulting in. Gets the isolation damage on top of the Q. HL's missing the knockup, flashing from
Nothing you
Mr. Man,
can
but
do
it's not
there.
enough. You're in a 1v3, my friend. And Zedrus
Hey, you
not
can see
done.
there's no way you could run to the tower because you run straight into Titan.
Rooted
There's
by
no
Troll
real
Zoe
way
into the
for him to
shockwave.
Oh, that's a lot
Preston
of
turning
damage.
it around, gets the shutdown, but Cheetah going in for that pull. A nice hourglass from Preston will save him from the damage, but Troll Zoe not so much. They will both fall regardless, and Cheetah now 7-1 on that Diana.
And this game is now swing quite heavily for the side of World Regenesis.
Can I have a look at actually
See,
individual goals?
Marks are getting picked up by Balyit. He is on to 3. Not quite at the point yet where Kindred is a good champion.
Let's get in. Then needs one more for the increased range, I believe. And then it's a
Yep.
slight improvement for Baoyi on that Kindred. But yeah, having a look at individual gold. Zabator does have a lead over Illusion in that top lane. Of course, does pick up 2 kills and an assist over him, as well as a CS lead, so that is to be expected. Jungle, however, is a huge lead for Wild Genesis, sitting at about 1500 gold lead for Zedrus, and like Kha'Zix making picks left, right, and centre. Mid lane's where the real deficit is, though. 2,500 lead for Cheetah. Diana is huge
Massive.
as the 20-minute mark goes. As already carries. Are about even as well. Support difference as well, actually. 1,000 lead for HSL as well. I didn't pick up on that one initially. So yeah, overall,
good news for Girl, though, is they did get one Drake, so they did buy themselves a little bit of extra time before they'll need to contest. They can freely give up one. In fact, because it's the Cloud Salt, if they really wanted
Oh,
to.
Cheetah going for that pick
two.
again.
Ooh.
Bao Yi getting caught. Does have to put the ult. Now Cheetah flashing and exhaust under the tower. The shockwave will pull him close, but he's in a Kindred ult, so he gets healed afterwards. Still looking pretty healthy. Conqueror doesn't quite heal him enough, though.
Do you take him down? 900. That was 900 gold there.
Into Preston's
Put
pocket.
into
We also did see
Preston's
sat on the
pockets.
camera. Zedrus did pick up a kill to Mr. Man as well on that Ezreal. But yes.
Yeah.
Preston.
So
That closes
the
that
thing
goal lead
is-
from 2,500 to just 2,000. It's something.
Iceborne Gauntlet does give you armor, but it doesn't give you health. You don't actually have much health items in Ezreal's build, and it does mean you're still quite susceptible to being bursted out.
He could be in
So-
trouble here.
Oh,
Has
no.
no idea. HL's going to jump, doesn't get enough.
There's
Actually, Balance
flash.
flashes away, but Zedrus jumping
But
forward with the
there's
isolation
no
damage
ult.
deleted from the map. Now Zabutoy in the 1v3.
Zabutoy is
Preston's
here.
on his way, but Zabutoy taking a lot of damage. Preston going to be escorted out by Troll Zoe as the rest of World Regenesis tunnel onto Zabutoy, the unstoppable force, to knock him up and pummel him into the ground.
World Genesis will now just turn towards this Cloud Drake, pick it up. 5k lead, soul point, only a Cloud Soul, but still really nice for positioning. Very nice, especially for Zaya.
Oh,
for
Cheetah.
Kha'Zix.
Gonna find Preston on the side, but get rooted by Troll Zoe immediately into the
That's sweet.
shockwave, taking a lot of damage, but not enough to finish him. Has the Conquer Proc now, pulls him both in
Oh,
with the
no.
ultimate. The rest of World Regenesis are here, he's been bought enough time.
Cheetah's dead though.
The Ignite doesn't quite finish
The
him with that
heal
power shot.
and the shields from AJ Styles there, keeping Cheetah
Conqueror,
alive. I
AJ
believe
Styles plus
heal was
Triumph.
also used from Titus. That
Ooh,
was
MVP
all of
keeping
World
him alive
Regenesis shoving everything they could onto Cheetah there to keep him alive.
And it worked. Cheetah is a very, very alive Diana right now, as he bases and picks up that Seeker's Arm Guard. Other big item pickups, we did see Mr. Man, of course, finish his IBG. The Storm Rays also finished for Bao Yi on that Kindred. And
Oh,
speaking
no.
of Preston could get caught, his Zedrus alone. He actually gets shockwaved, a lot of damage going on to Preston. Actually, Kaiser just pretty well here. Doesn't actually get a whole lot of isolation
Should
damage
know
out.
he's still in the bush.
Ultimate number 2 comes
the
out.
ult used.
Preston has command attack. Troll Zoe is in the area as well as Mr. Man. Root doesn't connect. Mr. Man with that aggressive arcane shift
Oh.
into the True Shot barrage. To
And that
take
does pick up that
Zedrus
bug.
down. Meanwhile, of course, in that mid lane, Cheetah did find a pick onto Bao Yi.
Very hard for the Kindred to stay alive. Pretty much have to press your ult instantly.
Yes, especially once this, Cheetah is a 10 and 2 Diana. He has definitely got the potential to just delete someone from the map if he wants to. If he can find that pick. So, I is be speedy with that ultimate. Cheetah
See,
now
Mr. Man just
posturing. Looking
taking
for another
the
pick.
illusion.
As I go for this ward guard. So if you are guys in real life right now, honestly, it's tough, It's 24 minutes in. You're actually only 5,000
Man.
gold behind. I expected it to be more. Do you have...
Should be
20
spamming
minutes
his
break?
Q right now. He's not
Yeah, have a
been.
quick look at those stacks, actually. 690 out of 750, so he's almost there on that 40 stack.
Yeah, he needs to get that up. You shouldn't fight until he does have it up. Currently, Preston's sitting on a lot of components that don't really build into anything by themselves. So we'll have to see what his build path is there, if he's going to go towards that Zhonya's first, or if he's going to try and get that death cap for the damage. I think Girl here just have to try and play it slow, work towards those items. It's debatable whether they should even fight on the next Drake in 2 minutes. If they can't get the Ezreal's Mirror Mana, at least, I think they just give it
They
up.
need the Romana and they need the Prio on position.
This is why he should be just spamming his Q. It would be done by now. He only needs 30 more stacks.
He does have 2 minutes left to do it, so it's highly likely that he will get it in time. But I think the real thing is Gold just are playing to not get picked off right now. Because, Cheetah and Zedrus are huge threats in the jungle. And if they even so
slow.
much as step out of position, they're gone. I mean, if you look at the vision, they have no vision in the bottom side jungle, almost none in the top side.
And this is
Meanwhile,
one of those
Warriors have
situations where
complete control.
you can't get vision. if you're the Morgana, you can't just walk into the enemy jungle because you will just get bursted down by a Kha'Zix, by a Diana who's waiting there for you.
And you've seen them. They sit in these bushes. They're doing it right now. They're sitting waiting for the approach, looking for these picks.
But nice use of Blue Trinket to spot out that they're not on Baron, while Regenesis don't seem to have noticed that the Blue Trinket's come down.
Oh, there we go. It is pinged out. They have spotted it. AJ going to give it a quick slap there. Let's see what else is back.
Quick slap of the feathers.
We do see the Mirror Mana upgrade coming in for Mr. Man. It is now fully stacked.
Makes
Feels
him
weird
a
only having
little
one
bit
tier item in the
stronger.
game. Usually see much more.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah, usually we have 2 or 3, and you have these long sort of 20 minutes before either team really wants to do anything big. Yeah, the True Shot Barrage does confirm that Regenesis are not doing the Baron, and gives Trollzoi a quick chance to run, throw down a ward, and then run away. Back to
Still
safety.
very risky, but overall,
Oh,
it
Miss
works.
Man setting up
Mr.
some
Man's
CS,
on his
Zedrus
own.
popping the
Receives
Yomi,
Balyeet.
finds Balyeet, gets the ultimate out of him. That is big. Mr. Man forced to step back into it. Now Zedrus forced to
unstoppable
ult back
force.
away. Honestly, I think that's a win for Regenesis. That gets Balyeet's ult. That is huge, as now
Yep.
you know, Zedrus' ult is almost back up again.
Potentially a good hold there from Illusion, not to tunnel there, use his ult on 3 people. You might get a kill. You could also just end up dying, getting the rest of your team
They're
killed.
actually
'cause you
posturing
don't
up
have
looking to
Diana.
trade the dragon for the
Side.
Baron here. While Regenesis having none of that as they step towards it, leaving just Zedrus to solo that dragon.
They
God have
need
spotted them coming up.
Saboteur
They
there,
have
really.
to step away. Gonna
That's
secure
the
that
soul
scuttle,
picked up.
get the dragon for Zedrus, and now
They'll maybe
Girl
want
looking for
this.
the engage in the 5v4. Very aggressive coming out from Zabator, but he has
Nice
no
shockwave,
support. He's
but
going to
they
be
don't
taking
have
away
the
huge
damage.
shockwaves. Cheetah then going in for the full engage, catches 3 with that pull, and guys in real life disappear from the map.
And yeah, unfortunately, while Regenesis can kill your Olaf quicker than you can kill their full tank Malphite.
So they went in on this
That's-
5v4 expecting to come out ahead, but you know, Zabator really didn't survive a whole, too long. He has a Black Cleaver and a Death Stance. He's not actually that tanky when running in on his own, especially considering how
And you
ahead
could see-
Regenesis are.
You got the shockwave into the Ezreal ultimate, but it wasn't enough damage. You've gone Zhonya's second on the Ioriaa, which may keep you alive through bursts from Diana, for example. But you just don't have the damage to combo the team out.
Yeah, the other issue with the Zhonya's in this situation is that, you know, Preston may pop that Zhonya's, avoid the damage from
Oh,
Cheetah's
Trollzoi.
Trollzoi. Dangerous. Yeah, he may pop that Zhonya's, stop him getting killed by Cheetah's ult. But he's now there for 2.5 seconds, and the rest of Regenesis can just sit on top of him and wait. It's not like Girl have a whole lot of really anything to answer back. Trollzoi forced to flash away from Aegis's knock up. I don't think they would have connected
Flash.
without the flash anyway. But does flash regardless. Keeps it
Yeah,
safe.
not too sure the flash was necessary, even with the knock up there. Sure, Diana can jump in, and what is she going to use her entire ultimate combo to kill the Morgana when the rest of the team's standing just near to the Morgana?
Do you see Regenesis pulling off this actually 1-1-1 with Cheetah actually just having recalled. Just trying to get as much pressure on these sideways as possible. Not wanting to hurt for the in-head towers just yet though. Holding off just a little bit.
And it's been a little while since we've had a look at the Kindred stacks.
It has. Let's have a
He
quick
is
look.
still sitting on 3, so still not got that added range
had a stack
and a
in
lot
like
of the
10
added
minutes.
bonuses. Of course, this is the problem if you fall behind and you've got the Kindred on your team.
It's
Very
for
hard
you
to pick
come
up
back.
stacks. Oh, but that's a route
on
onto the
Zedrus.
Kha'Zix. He uses the ultimate.
Shockwave into the dissonance.
Flash
Ignite
into
will
Ignite.
finish him off. Now Zabator looking aggressive onto Illusion as well here, getting those access to slow him down. Cheetah coming for the turnaround
There's
with the
the
unstoppable
re-engage.
force into Cheetah's ultimate. Girl, where have you gone?
And yeah, that's just the item
Hourglass
difference right
is
there.
not going to save you. Cheetah's Diana comboed with Illusion's Malphite, showing that it doesn't matter how far behind it looks like Regenesis are coming into that fight, or how much they start off on the back foot on that fight even. Two
The thing is, the
brilliant
Diana
ults
is a
together.
full item and a half ahead of Orianna at this point. It's... yeah. You may be able to burst out the Kha'Zix, but Kha'Zix isn't the biggest problem on the team.
It's not. It is in fact Diana. And that'll be game 1 going to Regenesis. So we jump back to our client view.
Yes, we can see it was just a small lead picked up there in the early game by World Regenesis, which they ended up managing to snowball. Cheetah was getting the better of Preston in that mid lane with some gank help from Zedrez to get him ahead early. And it just meant that, realistically, Ioriaa could not play the lane. Really struggling to get anything done. Unfortunate game.
It's unfortunate indeed.
For
I am
Gabblit.
quickly setting up a chat MVP vote poll. Whilst I do that, who is yours?
Who's
Who's
my
your
MVP?
You can do winning team, you can do
Ooh.
losing team.
Oh,
How?
the MVP though.
Oh, Joshua.
There you go. Come back for the MVP, yes. Who wants to go first?
I'm typing,
course,
so
you.
one of you two.
You.
Okay, for the losing team of Girl, I think I might give it to Mr. Man there. I think he was doing pretty well on the Ezreal. I know some people were starting to question the Bork, but he needed the damage after deciding to go Frozen Gauntlet over Triforce realistically, and they were so far behind on damage, I don't think that was really the problem. You can see him actually was getting, they were having the pressure in the bot lane against a Zyra Khan lane, which you don't expect. And so I think that was just well played from the bot lane of Girl. I think it was the easy MVP to say on the losing team there. If you go over to the other team, I think your two big candidates for MVP here are Zedrez and Cheetah. Cheetah did manage to convert all of the leads into being very big leads. Technical terms there. I'm just inviting everyone to the game at the same time. So
Yeah.
okay, yeah, he did manage to convert those leads into basically a win and a snowball through that mid lane. It is worth pointing out he probably would not have been able to get those leads without Zedrez's ganks on the Kha'Zix, which were well timed.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, I would have to agree with you there. At least for the losing team, I would have to give it to Mr. Man as well. Trozo and Mr. Man, they actually played bot lane pretty well. During laning phase, without the Kha'Zix even coming in, they played that really well. And definitely Mr. Man, of course, the questionable Bork build, he played the game well. It was a little diffy in the jungle. I know I saw this last in semifinals that they struggle, at least girls struggles with these dive comps. When you see like last time they were facing against Kassadin and a Kha'Zix. The Kha'Zix might be a bane for Balgi. Zedrez was doing an amazing, phenomenal job in the jungle. Of course, he got picked off here and there, but of course, he got his leads from mid. He punished Preston, not taking TP. I'm always going to say he's not taking TP. He missed mid. He missed minions, big wave minions from a gank, and he could TP back, picked up the gold and the XP, and still be in the game. But Zedrez did a great job abusing mid lane, making sure it falls far behind, get that Diana ahead, and those two would just be a menace against Girl.
Chat's MVP vote is still up, so you can still vote, but it's looking like it's going towards Cheetah so far on that Diana. But there is, of course, still time to vote and for that to change. Honestly, I'm just saying, I stuck with Regenesis at the start. I was one of them voters for the underdogs. So yeah, I'm gonna just say, called it. But yes, this is of course a best of 5, so there is definitely time for Girl to make a comeback. And it is like Chat's MVP is going over to Cheetah's Diana. A very well deserved MVP too.
Fairly spread out actually, the votes. 45% of the vote there for Cheetah's Diana.
Yeah, so the majority, but not. In fact, everyone did manage to pick up at least one vote on their MVP. So, as they are just setting up the lobby for game number 2. Is there anything you're expecting from either one of these teams for game 2?
I expect the Kaiser to still be banned and the Lulu to still be banned coming out from WRE because you're getting them off their comfort picks, at least bot side.
Bot side, they were looking weak. Yeah, I think I
Yeah,
agree
they
with
were-
you there.
Yeah, they were definitely looking weak bot side. So when you get the Lulu or the Kaiser off, it kind of, you get the Ezreal as a safe lane, the Morgana. I guess it was a good pick here, but
Here
we're
we
not
go
wearing draft
to
phase.
champ select.
Yeah.
Straight in we go. Yeah, I think Diana as well would be a good ban if Girl don't
Girl.
have something to handle it yet. I don't think that Kha'Zix was really the problem. He can do that again on pretty much any ganking jungler. You just want to make sure your mid lane doesn't fall as far behind as before.
Right. Now see,
So-
and we see the Lulu coming out as a ban.
Yep, Girl still banning the Ornn, still banning the Gragas, not wanting to see either of those. It'll be interesting to see whether they swap up their final ban. What was it last time? The Tristana?
Yeah,
it's
actually,
Tristana.
screenshotted it, thank you. Yes, the bans were the Ornn, the Gragas, and the Tristana as the first 3.
Yes.
And Regenesis did the Lulu, Kai'Sa, and Evelynn.
They've taken the Ioriaa away this time. I think they expect they're not going to be able to get Diana maybe, or Girl just aren't going to straight up blind pick their mid laner so easily.
Kha'Zix is taken away.
Yeah, they want to reduce the effectiveness of Zedrix in that jungle role.
Now, what's still on the table? You have Shen, you have Kaiser, you have Kindred. They can build this comp again.
Ooh.
They choose to deny the Rakan. Now, AJ Styles does like these hook champions. Hook champions can do very well into Rakan. Leona can do very well into Rakan. I'm not so sure about the first pick, blind pick Rakan here. They just lock in the Nautilus in response. And the Tristana, and that is
wow.
a strong bot lane.
So they got the Trist from since first game. Now they actually have the Trist, and they're pivoting to a Nautilus. It's going to be interesting bot lane that we're seeing. I'm going to expect maybe a Xayah or maybe a Kaiser because Mr. Man loves his Kaiser.
And a Seraphine for Preston. Now,
Ooh.
okay, so the one other
I don't
time
like
we've
it, mid.
seen Seraphine picked up by Preston was in the semi-finals, and I'm not gonna say it was bad, but it wasn't a great game for any of guys in real life or for Preston. So, sorry, my chair gets caught there. I'm not sure how much I like the Seraphine pick. It's you're definitely gonna want a high damage in your bot lane and possibly in your top lane as well, because Seraphine's is
Yeah, Seraphine does offer that utility for a team. Like right now, I'm pretty sure they're pivoting her more towards I forgot one of the riders said they were pivoting her damage more towards a mid laner instead of support role. But her shields and the utility that she provides for a team is great, but you need that damage to back it up. I'm seeing that girl. I was looking at that. I'm seeing that girl will probably pick up some more damage dealers to amplify the CC that's going to come out from Seraphine.
Yeah, so I'd like to see some sort of extra magic damage locked in here, because Seraphine, although she can do a decent amount, is still quite a low magic damage mid lane.
Yeah.
The Rakan's a nice start, but I'd want to see maybe a top laner that, even if it's a tank, has that little bit of magic damage, just to make sure that you have a varied damage profile. The top laners got banned out there, and in the end, the Kai'Sa getting banned away as well. Kai'Sa would have been a good one. But there we go.
This man is just destined to not have that Kai'Sa.
Destin.
Never allowed to play Kai'Sa. Fiddlesticks. I like me a Fiddlesticks jungle.
Yeah, I like that Fiddlesticks jungle. Going to be coming out of the bushes, fearing you.
So it'll be interesting to see here if Balut tries to punish the Fiddlesticks. He has a very quick clear, but he's not the strongest early, especially if you can make sure that he can't get the full channel off of his drain. Because if he can't, he doesn't get the reset on the cooldown, and that is a very long cooldown if you do not get to reset it. So he can definitely take the 1v1 early. Whether he'll try to, it's a different matter. Xayah left open, that's too surprising of a pick. Malphite is kind of what I was expecting. That's a bit more magic damage and just a really nice pickup.
I'm still not sure if I like what Girl I've drafted here. I don't know, it's just the Seraphine. I'm not gonna lie. She doesn't feel like she's in a
Good spot.
Yeah, she's not in a good enough spot to be, because right now she is almost all of Girl's magic damage, and
Right.
her output is not going to be that great.
So Vlad, so is this a Yone mid Vlad top or a Vlad mid Yone top?
It should
I think
be
it should be Vlad top.
Yeah, Vlad top against the Malphite. Malphite definitely struggles against the Vladimir. Vladimir is just going to farm. Malphite can't really do anything about that. I mean, you guys are just playing for your team.
Yeah.
I don't know who won draft here. I think it's kind of all over the place, but I really feel like
know
It's
what I want
hard
to
to
call.
say.
I want to say WRE this one.
I'm
I
definitely
think
signing more
Regenesis
Genesis too.
they have a lot of the comfort picks in the mid and bot lane, so I would not be too surprised here for them to take game 2. Seraphine, I think even if you've played it, there's no way you could consider it a comfort pick, and it's quite a weak pick in the mid lane. We'll have to see whether, I think it's mostly going to come down to how the jungle matchup goes, and how that bot lane matchup does actually go.
Yes. There is now a poll in chat though, where you can vote and you can predict who is going to win game 2, whether you think World Genesis are going to pull up a 2-0, or whether you think guys in real life can bring this one back. Gavin, Joshua. I think actually Gavin's just gone to get a drink. Yes, so Joshua,
Yeah,
where's your vote going?
man. I honestly do not know at all. This is kind of everyone's game. Seraphine is just a busted champion right now with the healing and the shields and the CC that she provides right now. Pairing that with a Seraphine ult, with a Xayah ult, and a Malphite ult, that's a pretty nice wombo there. But you have the Yone and the Fiddlesticks and a lot of AP damage coming from the top side of WRE. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. It's all depending on how they play their lanes. And then shifting it, I say 15 minutes within this game I think we'll know who's the winner of this 15 minutes, more or less.
Yeah. I mean, yes, of course there is a huge amount of execution that comes down into this. I've thrown my vote to Warp Regenesis. Again, as I said, I don't like Seraphine. And I think that's a really big problem with Girls Draft, because you're relying on the fact that Valiant's Graves gets ahead early, because similar to Kindred, if he doesn't, he's going to struggle to actually have any decent damage output. And the Zyrakam, you know what, it's not bad, but into a Nautilus Tristana, you're going to have a rough time. Flip side of War Regenesis, they have the Nautilus Tristana, which, they showed in semis, is a very comfortable lane for them. They are dominant on that. You have Cheetah on Yone, again, puts nicely, it's easy to bring everyone together for Zedrus's ult, for Illusion's ult. I haven't seen the Fiddlesticks before, that's where my big is for War Regenesis. But overall, yeah, my vote's gone over to them. And it looks like people in chat who are voting agree with me too. It's 67% of the votes so far are for War Regenesis. There is still time to vote though, so you can, of course, still cast your vote. Still could be very swayed.
Like as chat was saying, this game is actually like how they are supposed to play. It's going to be who's going to be the first one to engage faster. It's going to be who's not grouped up as 5, or who's lingering out in the jungle, in the forest out there, because you do have that picks with Nautilus. You do have that single fear by Fiddlesticks. Like, they can get picked out quickly, and we saw from last game that WRE got so many picks red side of girl. I was counting how many picks that was happening. It was just absurd. So I think it's going to be based off who gets the engage off first, because Seraphine, she can engage, and then it's kind of like over for WRE. But we'll see while we're loading up.
We'll see indeed. It does look like chat. Overall, get Regenesis to win that poll. You'll be seeing the load screen very soon. Of course, yeah, there it goes. I really don't like how the fact that OBS just takes so long to pick up the load screen. Just leaves you with this really awkward black screen then. But yeah, no surprises. We do see Ignite on Preston and Airy as well. I've actually not had a whole lot of time to check out Seraphine, so I'm not too 100% sure what her rune choices are. Seems some electrocutes on her, which is interesting.
I'm pretty sure she's going into domination. She's second for Preston, and yeah. Pretty straight up runes across the board. Pretty
standard.
Standard. But Fiddlesticks is actually going Predator.
He wants to run at you fast after ulting, and that's what he will do.
So Flash is coming out from
Of course,
Nautilus trying to hook up to Xayah. Xayah had to flash out. So they have that early pressured bot lane. And that was it. They just dropped the ward and left. They got the flash down bot lane. And they're now just fanning out. They're kind of scared to walk into their red buff right now, but now they're walking in. Pretty safe. They know that bot side is going to be weak. It is going to be weak right now because Xayah is down a flash. And also AJ Styles.
Yep, flash for flash in that bot lane. Overall, Mr. Man is going to be the one at risk. But both junglers are actually going to be starting on the bottom side, so we could be having topside shenanigans rather than them looking to abuse these flashless bottom laners. Actually, never mind, I spoke too soon. Yeet stepping all the way already towards bottom lane. Could be looking for a pick here. Tidus and AJ are respecting it. Tidus will get knocked up. Yeet coming in does get the blind. They will half off AJ. But nothing else comes from that.
So I think they were actually trying to reach for something there, you know. I mean, you know AJ doesn't have his flash up. You cannot abuse it. And Fiddlesticks can't really gank early pre-level 6 or
Oh, the hook lands on to Mr. Man. Has no flash to get away. Tidus is also straight away. Mr. Man forced to heal and run away. The bomb will not finish him off. Do you both get away with their lives? But that's now no summoners on Mr. Man at all, and no exhaust patrol. So only one summoner left on the side of guys in real life bot lane. Regenesis did pop the ignite, but being an aggressive summoner, it's not the biggest one to look out for guys in real life. Tidus still having both his defenses.
Like we were saying in the champ select, this bot lane is going to be very heavily favored towards this Tristana and Nautilus because he's on that comfort pick. It wasn't banned this game, so he's picking it up. They got the Nautilus. They're going to try to snowball this bot lane into Tristana's favor. You could just see from that engage that she got.
While in mid lane, she looking for the knockup onto Preston. Does land. Zedrus is there to support. Gets that fear. Forces Preston to flash under that tower. It's a big flash gone. Carry on.
As I was saying, no, that was fine. As I was saying, oh wait.
Value finding Zedrus in the jungle now. It has not got a lot of mana, but does have both have double buffs, and it's Value early with a Graves, but Zedrus will force him to step away to cancel that heal channel. Zabutor and Illusion are about. Illusion just looking here to escort Zedrus as he finishes off that Scuttle Crab. Also, White Flags being held up. No one really wants to make the aggressive play and possibly get the first blood. Apart from AJ, you can see him posturing. He's looking for that hook.
He is definitely fishing for that hook. He's probably fishing for that hook.
He really is.
As I was saying before, oh my goodness.
They're just coming back mid lane. Knows Preston has to flash. They're not allowing you to talk. Balyi and Zedrus are going to meet up again, but Zedrus does have the double lead and the red buff on top of Balyi. Realizing this, he will step back. Round 4?
Are we done, guys?
I think they might be. They might be.
Oh
Although
no,
they're
they
going
might be
towards Dragon.
contested. It's tops. They're contesting the bottom scuttle, and of course, because you have the prio mid, you have the prio bot. Fiddlesticks got it.
Yeah.
He just got double crabbed. Yikes. Putting actually Graves a little bit further behind against its Fiddlesticks. But anyway, as we were saying, with this bot lane, because I think the focus right now in this game is going to be the bot lane and see how far they can get ahead. That's a little small engage
Yeah, I'm
happening
not
mid.
expecting that to go too much further. Pressing a lot of damage there actually from Cheetah. Actually hanging back for that root there into his combo. Actually made him take more damage. Sometimes it's better just to walk away rather than to fight back. But yes, I think the real big issue for guys in real life right now is the fact that, you know, Baoyi's strong point in this Graves is the fact that he has, you know, really good clear, can farm up, get ahead, and get his items real fast. But going double scuttle down and not coming out on top on these skirmishes, that's not great for him. Puts him
Yeah,
in
it's really not great.
this position where he's not able to do what Graves does well. So when it comes to, you know, the 10-15 minute mark as we approach mid-game, he may not really be that much of a threat if it carries on like this.
And he needs to be that threat with this Seraphine comp, you know, with all the CC that they're going to stack on top of WRE. He needs to get ahead and probably just power farm to second drag, third drag, or has to find a lane that he can actually gank. He's tried to show bot side multiple times and nothing has really shown. Nothing has really came out from it. So we're going to pay attention to this Graves and see how he turns this around.
Yeah. I'm actually surprised by the amount of presence that Baoyi's had around the map. But yeah, as you said, it really hasn't gone anywhere. First Dragon is up, it is a Cloud, so we won't be having a second Cloud Salt in a row. Caster Curse has not affected this game. It's actually going straight over to it. Girl have no vision, you know, outside of Tribush on the bottom side, so he could sneak this away. It does look like it's what he's trying to do. He did just use the vision plant, so if Girl watching the map, they will have seen that. Looks like not yet. Haven't passed up from bot lane.
Yeah, so they got the Pyro bot, they pushed out the lane, they're recalling, they're not going to contest this drag, they already knew, alright, drag is taken up, good call by WRE, taking the drag, early drag, Cloud Show, helps out a little bit, you know, it's a drag.
Yeah, ulti cooldown's great considering, you know, the ult from Mage Styles is a brilliant engage tool. Zedrus is a very ultimate relying champion with Fiddlesticks. And for Illusion to do his job as that, you know, I'm a Vladimir, I'm going to blow up your backline. Oh, cooldown's great for him too.
Now, if you look at the matchup top lane, I mean, that's expected. Vladimir is just going to outfarm this Malphite. Malphite won't be able to do much. And his itemization, like, Malphite is just a good champion against a whole AD comp. Of course, they're trying to build this Wombo, this huge engaged CC comp that Girl's trying to build up. But he's not winning that lane. It's a very tough lane for him.
He's actually forced to first item the Merc Treads just to give him a bit of MR to help him in this lane. It's rough. It's a rough time to be Zabator. Oh, Trollzo could get caught out here. Does actually get a nice jump to get away from Aegis's hook there. Uses the last one to get back over the wall from Mr. Man. We'll be able to follow up in time.
Yeah, so he was actually just trying to get a deep board in the blue side jungle, trying to track down this Fiddlesticks. Even though they're mirroring each other right now, I expect the Graves to know, okay, Fiddlesticks is here, blah, 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 this, that, and the third. But we see they're actually posturing up. I'm going to see if they can get a gank towards this Vladimir or go towards Rift.
Yeah, Lucian's looking like it could be in a dangerous spot here. Preston is going to be spotted out on the wards, so Legion does have time to get away. But meanwhile, Zedrus and Balyi in this Jump River Riven having a small skirmish. A nice ult from Preston will charm Zedrus in place. Interrupts the ultimate, and that'll be first blood going over to Balyeet. Meanwhile, a nice ult from Cheetah does group them all together, but not a lot of damage coming out. Illusion trying to follow this up as well, but actually does find the pick onto Zabator. Gets him low, but it's not enough. Balyeet flashing forward to finish off Illusion, and now it's just Cheetah on his own. Finds the kill onto Preston. It's 1v1 Balyeet and Cheetah. As Herald is aggroed to Balyeet, Cheetah's actually going to let him go. 2 for 1 overall, even. And a win for guys in real life as they look to pick up this Herald. Actually, it doesn't look like they're done. This top side. Cheetah looking to interrupt Balyeet here. Doesn't want him to get that Herald. And will at least interrupt him.
Wow, so as you can see in that play,
Again, that's the hook onto Mr. Man. Nice knock up from Jolyu to slow down Tidus, but a flash away from Mr. Man into the ultimate, into that root. With exhaust on Tidus, it's coming around in Girl's favour. Tidus forced to back away as Mr. Man rooted under his own tower. AJ, which is this dominant frontline, forcing the flash and the heal away from Girl with no summoners left. But no one falling.
no one falling bot lane. You can see Nautilus actually hit the ult on Xayah, and Xayah used her ult to be untargetable, right? So it kind of seemed like they were kind of off pace, but look, they're getting all these plays, they're making it worth it. I want to actually go back on the top side of fight by a Scuttle. Fiddlesticks was there. This is probably not going to be anything.
Yeah, look over to Preston.
Oh.
So much damage coming out. Forces the stopwatch to keep Preston alive. But yes, that.
Yeah,
Oh,
big-
never mind. Actually, we could have a fight in spot lane. Zedrus pinging it on the way. Mr. Man stepping forward into the 1v3. Gets spleed immediately, but Aegislav will miss that hook because of it. Rooted on the floor. Tidus will pick up that kill, but the tower doesn't quite finish AJ, but there's a Balyeet and a Troll Zoe in this side who could finish him off as well. Looking like they're going to try and body block that collateral damage, but it's not off cooldown actually. But the knock-up from Troll Zoe will get enough time for Balyeet to deal the damage to finish off Zedrus in the 1-for-1 overall. Actually puts Balyeet 3-0, currently picked himself up a bounty, and we were saying that he needs to start doing something in these next, at the 5-minute mark, we said in these next 5-10 minutes, he needs to start, you know, making things happen, otherwise he can't be the Graves he needs to be. And he's done exactly that.
Yeah, and he's actually at the right places at the right times, and these fights are not going in WRE's favor. Especially top side round rift. Fiddlesticks wanted to get an ult, but guess what? We saw the CC coming out from Seraphine, canceling that channel, and it just turned the tide for that fight during Rift. And I think that's what kind of shifted this game closer to Girls' early game winning composition.
Girl are still a little bit behind in gold now, about 600-700, but that is very small for this for the 12 minutes we are in game. Now my issue with the Seraphine pick was a lot to do with the lane phase and, you know, its damage output, but considering, you know, they've done what they need to do, Balyeet's ahead on the Graves, is chunking right now, and Preston hasn't really lost lane. He's not getting solo killed, he's avoided that well. But actually it's just Dragon comes along, or he's just looking to try and chunk it down before Girl can react. Balyeet
They have
is
TP
there.
advantage.
He is body blocked, but a nice ultimate from Zedrus into the ultimate from Cheetah, groups them all together into a beautiful charm and a knock up from AJ. But Girl managed to turn this around. Preston and Mr. Man still alive. It's Troll Zoe looking for the engage onto Zedrus and Cheetah, both with no ult. Lands a knock up, but is feared immediately. Falls, and the Hourglass keeping Zedrus alive. Looks like they will trade this as a 3-for-3, a 3-for-2 overall.
I don't know if
Very
I kind of
scrappy
like
fight.
that. Yeah, that was a really scrappy fight. You can see that Xayah's actually passing by a ward right there. Vladimir actually had TP. They had TP advantage. That fight could have actually went much, much worse for Girl if that Vladimir came down, used his ultimate, and really changed up that fight. But I guess that was a
I'm not sure
handshake.
what the lane state was like top lane in whether Illusion could TP or not, because the Unstoppable Force
Oh.
is still up for Zabator, so he may have just been instant interrupted, but because I wasn't looking at top lane to know what that lane state was. But that's my idea of why he might not have.
Oh, he was definitely just AFK pushing. I think they didn't want to. I think WRE thought they had to fight. They didn't want to call down the TP. Saboteur actually recalled entirely and just went back to shopkeeper.
They actually
That
did
was
it like
pretty
they
much
had
it.
the fight, you know, it was a beautiful combo from Cheetah and Zedrus together.
Yes.
But there was just not a whole lot of damage. And, you know, that's the problem with, you know, Cheetah's Yone actually does the BF sword, but besides that, it's just hoping for them crits, and obviously only having the Zeal, crit chance isn't too high just yet. So yeah, that damage output wasn't great. But now Cheetah actually stepping quite far forward. Balyi and Zabuto are there. Huge damage, but the flash is returned. That will not connect, but Cheetah turns it around with the Fate Seal to pick up Zabuto. Wow. Meanwhile, the bot lane of Girl are here, and they walk into that Fiddlesticks ultimate, but there's so much damage coming out as Illusion flashes in to pick up Preston in that back line. Mr. Man turns up too, but he cannot kite himself away from that Vladimir as Cheetah goes back and gets a double knockup, and Troll Zoe will fall.
Wow. That was a very beautiful fight coming out from WRE. Probably going to get this mid turret here, and I expect them to probably switch over to Rift and pick up this Rift Herald. Wow, that was actually a really beautiful fight. And you can see, the first one that engages wins the fight.
Oh, Miwan's bottom lane Titus forcing the flash from Mr. Man, but mirrors it himself. And just going to finish him off with those last auto attacks. Actually, Vision will cancel that last auto there, delaying Mr. Man's death ever so slightly. Yeah, it's a solo kill on to your Tristana as well, Regenesis. It's not where you want to be as guys in real life.
Definitely. That's definitely not where you want to be. I think Zai was definitely a little bit greedy. Mr. Man was a little bit greedy there. He thought he could survive under turret, try to farm it out, but you're against a Tristana. She's gonna take that tower one way or another. And it was probably best for her to just concede it.
Yeah, it was a weird one from Mr. Man after, you know, blowing all his cooldowns in that fight mid lane. And whilst that mid tower's being pushed, him to go, okay, well, I'm going to go bot lane and face this very scary Tristana when I've got no cooldowns, no summoners, and about half health. Meanwhile, Cheetah finding this pick in the mid lane. Nice pick from AJ onto Balyi, and he'll be taken away. Preston trying to ult to slow them down, but it's just not quite enough. And here we're seeing
finding these picks.
The Seraphine problem.
They are finding these picks. This is what WRE specialize in, finding these picks and transferring it over to bigger leads for them. Of course, the Seraphine pick, not really it's so utility based. It's really so utility based. You need to you need to assist your Graves, you need to assist your carries. It doesn't even have one item completed. It's going to be hard for Seraphine to even help
I think
team.
Picking such a utility-based mid laner into a team, Warrior Genesis have in every game showed they know how to run a pick comp. They know how to make picks. They know how to go for go for vision plays. And picking something like Seraphine into that, where actually she's got no inbuilt escapes minus flash. She's not got a whole lot, Seraphine's big weak point is if you catch her on her own, she's almost definitely going to die. And with Warrior Genesis running such a strong pick comp and a strong just pick team as Warrior Genesis, Seraphine probably wasn't the best one into them.
Now, I would understand like a Galio. A Galio would have actually been good here, but they're forcing this.
Coming in from Illusion. Forcing this dragon down. Balyi can't get close enough. That'll be dragon number 3. Soul point for Warrior Genesis. Girl are showing up. It's a nice group there. Huge ultimate from Preston catching 4 into the charm from Troll Zoe. Fate Seal will finish off Preston's ult, but Cheetah will fall in the meantime. Girl cleaning this up. Preston still hasn't fallen in that backline, only just dying now as 3 from Warrior Genesis fall. Troll Zoe not quite catching Titus there, but little bits of extra damage. He's slowly trickling down, but they can't quite finish him as that W will be coming up very soon, but a nice slow from Balyi will secure his death. Meanwhile, in this bottom lane, Mr. Man and Aegistar's actually having a little duel of their own. Aegistar's just trying to get away as Mr. Man shreds him down with those feathers. Gets a nice bit of slow, just keep him off. And it looks like AJ Styles will be home safe.
That was a 4-for-1 fight, and Girl was on that back end of that. WRE wanted to force a fight. They didn't have to force a fight. They forced the fight. They weren't in position. Seraphine got her all out, and you saw the result of who engages first.
It's a beautiful, beautiful ult from Preston. Actually, Cheetah going for the pick, turning it on to Mr. Man, but biting off a bit more than he can chew.
Most definitely.
Caught me off guard there. I was about like taking out my bottle to have a drink. To panic, get the mouse ready for the camera.
Yeah, that's a little bit greedy over there. He thought he could get a nice, sneaky, cheesy kill. Everyone was like AFK, had their chop up or something like that. But
It was not quite the case.
it was not quite the case. What I'm expecting WRE do here is get vision around this top side, siege this top tier turret, find picks again because that's where they're winning off of, and they have to engage first. That's the only thing that they have to do right now.
Engaging first. As you said, it seems to be the team that engages is the team that wins. It's all about catching your opponent off guard. I think that was a big mistake from Regenesis in this bottom side river where that last fight was they were grouping all clumped together against a Malphite and a Seraphine and a Rakan. And that is basically sealing your death. You know, you have Unstoppable Force can catch 4 to 5. You had that, is that High Nose? Is that Seraphine's ultimate? Or was that Encore? One of the two. Meanwhile, actually, this jump. That value, we'll leave him. Yeah, you have the, Seraphine ult, which can catch the entire team with full up. Of course, Trollzori will be able to get the free charm. Encore is the ult thing, yeah. So the Encore, you know, catching 4 there, Preston. Showing up huge. The Shockwaves weren't great in game 1, but he's showing us that. No? Give him a game 2. Give him a Seraphine. And Encore his way to victory. Meanwhile, AJ finding that hook onto Balyeet, chaining the CC. Zedrus coming with that ult too. Preston trying to use that Encore to slow them down, but there's just so much damage coming out from Regenesis, and they're not finished. As Preston cannot get away as a sole Seraphine. Now Mr. Man possibly out of position here in the 3v1. Gonna get caught. Cheeto managing to take that blast cone with him. Forcing Mr. Man under that tower, but Cheeto, you cannot tank the tower. But as Titus is on the other side, forces a heal from Mr. Man and the ulti, but the bomb is already on top of him.
Oh,
and he will actually manage to trade that 1-for-1 as Titus flashes forward into all of the feathers.
Oh man, Titus not what he wanted. I think they were trying to give over the kill to Titus, and he was farming, and it wasn't working out. Definitely wasn't working out.
That's your worst nightmare for Regenesis because you just had this perfect opportunity to shred some towers, and you're, you know, the best champion on the team for tower shredding is Tristana. Didn't survive it. So only get the 1 tower from all of that. Next dragon is spawning in just under a minute. It is going to be an ocean. This is a potential ocean soul for Regenesis. Or maybe guys in real life can turn this around and pick up the 4 ocean soul. Which would certainly make this an interesting game.
Definitely making an interesting game. You see that Graves finally has his death stance, but they're not on. He's not on 2 items. Malphite's finally on his 2 items. He has the Sunfire Cape and then the Adaptive Helm, which was a good pickup. He needed that against the Vladimir and the Fiddlesticks that he'll be coming against. You can see that Xayah has her 2 items. This is kind of late item completions. WRE definitely.
Zabator. So it's like they're trying to force this fight, but Titus is caught off on his own, but the engage from AJ Styles into the charm from Trollzo. He catches a free engage for himself. AJ now left to run away. It's a huge ult from Zabator, catches 2. Both Illusion and Cheetah caught there. They're just trying to ult in to push them back, but the damage isn't coming out. Now Cheetah left in that 1v1 does win it overall. A beautiful turnaround from Regenesis as all the focus goes onto Zedrus as he holds in that hourglass. Guys in real life freeze in their place. And a beautiful melt from Regenesis secures them an Ocean Soul.
Now, that was a strictly item difference, I believe, from that point. Girl wasn't on their key item points at the time. They had to fight it. They had to do something. Seraphine's ult missed. Only hit 2 people. Malphite only hit 2 people during that fight and was scattered. They need them to be grouped for Girl to even execute this comp that they're trying to bunched together. I'm like making hand movements while I'm talking.
Yeah, I mean, I think the big thing here was the fact that, you know, they spread themselves out. They were finding these key pickups, but they were all going for different picks. And then Zed just pops in with that ultimate, was unseen, so everyone he caught was feared. And then guys in real life crumbled.
Yes.
So
Alright.
a Baron taken for Wild Regenesis and putting them in a very strong position with both Ocean Soul and Baron at this 24-minute mark. Some big item finishes coming in as well. Titus almost at that 3 item point is halfway towards what I assume will be a rapid fire cannon. Cheetah, of course, halfway through and looking like he's going to be finishing that Death Dance real soon. Make him super, super hard to kill. Zed, of course, going for that Leandries and Illusion, that Death Cap. So lots of high damage items coming out from Wild Regenesis. On the flip side, it's mostly items that have just been complete. Actually, AJ not going to go for that pick there. For the best, as that would be in a 2v5. Yeah, item finishes coming out as Zabutor finishes the Adaptive and the Sunfire. Are you actually going to pick up the Xyz as well? Still only 1 item for Preston Seraphine. 1.5 really.
Yeah. It's interesting that he's trying to build the Le Book. I mean, you definitely need it against a Vladimir and a Fiddlesticks. But I was thinking more utility base. Maybe a Theme's Holy Grail. Probably go, like, get into the supportive role, right? You're not going to be doing this damage that they expect you to do. Like, get into the supportive role. Like, itemize that way. I wanted to see Xayah to pick up the Executioners, but I guess they are fine with this.
AJ finds a hook onto Mr. Man. Forces the ultimate, but she's going in as well with that Fate Seal, but it turns around badly for Wild Regenesis. AJ just getting away with that flash. Did you actually get the tower from that? So maybe this was the 5-head play from Wild Regenesis. Distract guys in real life so that that cannon minion can take the tower.
Yeah, they did definitely get some key ultimates out there. They got the Preston's R and they got Mr. Man's R. So that was good. That was a win. That was a win for WRE.
Yeah. And now, pressuring onto Zabutor, gets a knock up from Cheetah. Value is there to follow up, but Cheetah can just bounce away. Zed just coming in from the side, gets the fear with the Crow Storm. And that would be Zabutor falling and Value forced to flash away. Meanwhile, we do see Titus and AJ pushing in mid and bot. We can zoom out to see all 3 at the same time. This wave's falling. Top tower will fall. This inhibitor started. Bot tower falling too. Looks like Illusion and AJ going to rotate to try and get this mid tower in the meantime too, as that top inhib is being pressured. Balyi getting a decent amount of damage onto Cheetah, but not looking like he wants to commit to it. Cheetah actually going in onto Balyi. There's a lot of damage and will just dash back after being charmed there. But does find the kill onto Balyi in the end. Inhibitor's still alive in that top side. Illusion and AJ have been slowly pressuring down this mid lane too with their Baron. And Titus, in the meantime, will pick up bot inhib. So that's actually 2 inhibs down, 4 guys in real life, almost 3, but Preston can clear that wave just in time there.
Yeah, all that WRE has to do is just play it slow right now. You guys are clearly in the driver's seat. But they have to still respect the Seraphine ult. So that was a good Baron play by them, having their team spread out, get all the towers, and they only have 1 inhib left. They can just group top and finish off this game.
Yes, Baron, very well used. And yes, that is Death Cap finish for Illusion, as I can see in chat pointing out. Raid boss Illusion is here. He is a terrifying. Actually, all the big item pickups we pointed out on Regenesis finish. The Death Cap finish for Illusion, the Leandries for Zedras, the Death Dance for Cheetah, and the Rapid Fire for Titus. So that's a scary comp. Morello's is finished for Preston, so they do have another source of grievous wounds. I'm not sure that's really enough to turn the game though. Elder is spawning in 50 seconds, so guys in real life definitely do have a chance. They have a decent pushing power. Ooh, they're out of vision. Troll just point a ward. AJ gonna get the hook onto Zabutor. It's not the one they wanted. Zabutor able to walk away there. The on the bottom side, Cheetah and Balyi will let each other go as well. White flags being held up. No big cooldowns used just yet. Everyone's ult is available. unfortunate for Regenesis that AJ's hook found Zabator. You know what, Mr. Man hasn't quite made it to the fight. He's having to deal with these swings in bot lane, so guys in real life are at 4. And Regenesis playing this.
Are we going to run it back? Run it back where they
Regenesis
actually...
can play this as slow as they like. They have 3 waves of minions pushing this in, but AJ finding that ult onto Bayi into Zedrus, it will melt him away. Meanwhile, in his mid, a huge ult from Preston, but it's not enough as he is melted down by Titus there. And that is a 3-0 for Regenesis, and it looks like they're going to be posturing for this Elder Drake and looking to close out game 2. As if we have a quick look in the base, super minions will finish off that. Actually, Regime's finishing off that top inhib as they go for Nexus Towers. Actually, neither Nexus Tower falling as the spot wave of supers comes in. Mr. Man will actually manage to take the aggro. This is watching Winions, exciting content. Yeah, one Nexus Tower falling. Cheetah coming in with Titus and the rest of Regenesis as this second Nexus Tower starts to fall too. Mr. Man gonna get caught in that Fate Seal, but will flash it all back into his base, keeping him safe. But also actually looking for that engage, but Titus is able to auto attack with that Elder Dragon to finish off Mr. Man. A second Nexus Tower falls, and this will be game 2. Going to Regenesis. Actually, no, they're for the fight. Preston deleted from the map. That's these minions that have to finish the Nexus, as Regenesis just sit and play with their food.
Wow.
2-0 currently in this best of 5.
Yeah, 2-0. Wow. Well, that was definitely what we predicted. They had to engage first. Whoever engaged first wins. Now,
exactly
I do have to say, Girl definitely did have some moments where they could have came back, but it was literally they put up a fight. But it was that early game by trying to find that ganking pressure bot lane didn't help. Trying to find his advantages around the game, but it wasn't there for him.
Yes. As I'm saying, this MVP vote, you guys know the drill. Who are your MVPs? Do winning team, losing team, whatever you like.
Classic losing team first. I think I might give it to Troll Zoe. I think Troll Zoe had some really nice engages on the Rakan. Really nice follow-ups as well to Zabator's ults, where you just pull the entire enemy team in together, knock them up again, and yeah, most of the team fight wins came off of the Rakan combos, in my mind.
How about you, Joshua? Or has Joshua just gone back? Oh, he's gone to bathroom. Okay, so chatters, you can now vote on your MVPs. Chance for a quick question, chat. It's not a special spectator client. It's just you just have to add a binding through the text files, but you can only do it in spectators, so you can't do that in normal games. But yes, you can now vote for your MVP in chat. Poll is up. Honestly, for me,
I'm back.
Welcome back. Honestly, for me, I'm toying between AJ and. Actually, no, yeah, AJ. I'm giving it to AJ Styles. I think the Engage God is here. And he showed us why that Nautilus, girl didn't want to see it. And this is why. Joshua, how about
as
you?
well, the stone plate.
I really have to agree with Mia, because AJ, I was watching him. He had his key ultimates on certain characters that were the threat, right? That was going to, especially at that dragon fight, that last dragon fight, he ulted Graves.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he ulted Graves, and then Zedrus focused that Graves, ultimately out the fight. Most of his ultimates coming out from AJ were good. That's who my MVP is going to. For the losing team, I will probably give it to Mr. Man. He solo killed a Titus a couple times.
Yeah.
It's interesting plays from our AD carries though.
Yes. Yeah. As well, I want to point out the stone plate around. There was that fight around the dragon that looked like it was good for Girl, and then just completely turned around because Girl weren't able to finish anyone off. And that was just AJ Styles standing on top of the carries with a full stone plate, and he didn't even die off the end of it. He was still alive coming out of that fight, and he just tanked up. I think it was both the Zaya and the Seraphine entire damage for a good 4 or so seconds. And he's the support.
Yeah.
So chat's
Wow.
votes currently looking towards AJ Styles' Nautilus as MVP as well, but there is still, of course, time to vote, so if you haven't done so, throw over your MVP there too. Now, do we have a lobby for game 3?
I think we're going to take a.
We're
tech date.
taking
We
a
wanted to-
short
Taking a
break,
short break.
but
Ah,
yeah, I'll quickly set up the lobby.
Whilst we're in our break, what we could do, do you know how long they wanted?
I think
I
they
said
said
5-10
10
minutes. So, yeah.
What we could do is, for anyone that missed the start of this stream,
Oh my god.
we can have
Roll it back to,
a quick flashback of what happens in our semi-finals. I'm talking slow to give myself time to set up this scene.
Set it up. Yep.
Browse the source, not.
And
Browse the source.
if you're not familiar with Coral, we pride ourselves for our NA production value.
Yeah.
It's not great. So yes, I will quickly set that up for us here, and I will give our casters a quick break. So yes, I'll mute and deafen here whilst this video plays. That yep, production value. Yes. Enjoy, guys. We're having a small 5-minute break.
I sure can't wait to be Diamond. No. No!
Time for a new plan? A better plan. The Shuriman University of Crab!
winning so many games!
Featuring such courses as Media Crabduction, Crab Lore Scuttling, Reverse Scuttling, Crab Pewter Science, Witch Crab Hecarim Removal, Forensic Scuttling, Crab Keeping, Crabgineering, Pincer Repair, Sweeping In, Sweeping Out, Crab Inspector, Ward Detection, Crab! The Shuriman University of Crabs.
Nice.
KDA, should we show them how we do it every day? Let's get it. Kali that girl, Kali go girl, Kali don't stop, Kali don't skirt, Kali got a job, Kali got a word. 뜨거워 언제나 don't get burned. 넘쳐 흘러물 than a buffet, 죽여주잖아 like a buffet. 누가 감히 on my outfit, 그 문 열지 마 that's a rough day. 당겨봐 your mark 'cause I'm greater than. 필요 없는 시험들 다 뿐이미. But all of my numbers are talking back. 부루마법 message monopoly. 눈종이 돈이나 real money 필요 없대. 너네들이 만든 돈들 go get it, go get it, go get it. 더 미션 눈을 못대 못해 그래 너도 get it 'cause I got it different. All I ever know is life upon the throne. 시작하면 끝을 보는 거야. You want more? No, I got it so deep down. You look like you could use some more. No, I got it, never running low. Yeah, I got more than enough, set it up and away. 哇哦，这一路上的奇迹都记住了你的每一个瞬间，努力的耀眼。I know you want some more， 准备好就一起走 ，Give it need more。No, I got it, so keep going. You look like you could use some more. No, I got it, never running low. Yeah, I got more than enough, set it up and away. You know I got it like I'm gonna blow your mind. Never get less, and it's how I don't stay. You know I got it like all day, all the time. What are you willing to lose? You cover your wounds, but underneath them, a million voices in your head that whisper, stop now. Another twist of the knife, a turn of the screws, it's all in your mind, and it's fighting you on yourself. The storm is coming. Wow, kid, what you gonna do now? It's your reflection looking back to pull you down. So are you gonna die today or make it out alive? Gotta conquer the monster in your head and then you'll fly, fly, Phoenix fly. It's time for a new empire. Go bury your demons, then tear down the ceiling, Phoenix fly. And now you're playing with matches, come out of the ashes underneath you. A million voices in the crowd, they're screaming, stop now. Well, let them swallow the pride, you're turning the tide to true believers. Got them in the palm of your hand, you're playing God now. What you gonna do now? It's your reflection looking back to pull you down. So are you gonna die today or make it out alive? Gotta conquer the monster in your head and then you'll fly, fly, Phoenix fly. It's time for a new empire. Go bury your demons, then tear down the ceiling, Phoenix fly. So are you gonna die today or make it out alive? Gotta conquer the monster in your head and then you'll fly, fly, Phoenix fly. It's time for a new empire. Go bury your demons, then tear down the ceiling, Phoenix fly.
So we are back after our small break there.
They're still
okay,
taking
I
a
thought I was
break,
on my own
believe.
then. I was like, oh no.
No,
No, no.
yeah.
Um,
No.
put myself
You
some
do have
music
to
on.
join the client as well.
Yeah, sorry. So I made the mistake of leaving my League client on the same screen as I put that video. So of course I couldn't. If I changed the screen, you might have seen me like switch my mouse across very quickly.
Well, of course.
I apologize for that. Yeah, the video will be on my YouTube after these games. Is that a command? Yes, it is. Oh, look at it go.
Where? Which YouTube?
I'll put it on my own one. The CL one
yeah.
is just about YouTube.
Oh, that's very true.
But yes, we are. I put it back to the bracket screen because, of course, on the pre-stream scene you can still see the whatchamacallit, the browser view scene. So we'll be looking at this one.
All right.
I'll
I mean,
let
we
them
can talk
know.
about the bracket real quick.
Yeah, we can. Take it away.
Yeah. So actually, Gavin, who are you expecting to see come next season on the league?
Next season, well, I mean, I do know which of these teams have already signed up.
All right.
Please enlighten us.
Yeah. Let us know.
Okay, let me just go to my super amazing secret roster thing so I can check which teams definitely
Okay.
have already.
Wow. Such admin. Such wow.
Such it's literally just a Discord generated forever. It's just like yeah. So we have World Regenesis and Girl are both obviously coming back again. The roster's pretty much unchanged, except World Regenesis will have to swap around their roles a little bit, so they will be a little bit weaker probably than their current setup. We have TLH coming back. TLH came in, made a big splash, probably upsetting people from what would be expected. Had at least one really close game against World Regenesis.
Those two
So
definitely that were winnable for them.
all winnable, yep. So definitely excited to see how they do after they've been playing together for a bit longer. We also have that's actually it from the these teams you see in front of you that have signed up so far.
Wait. Really?
Yep.
Not Valkyrie 5. Not SAS.
Oh, Madly Mediocre have as well.
Ah. Wow.
Yeah.
Cool.
So we've got MM returning as well. They seem to just be steadily improving, so that'll be interesting to see if that continues on. In terms of who we're going to have in which bracket, I have absolutely no idea yet. We currently don't have that many teams signed up.
Yeah, I've just put a
although we
link
have-
in the Twitch chat. If people in Twitch are interested, we are still open and looking for teams for Season 2 of CL. So that's the place to
We're
go.
about to start.
Contact either myself or Gavin. We are both the admins in the Discord. But we have, with that, now time to
Gone
jump over
into
to Champ
Champ
Select. And I will leave
Sweet,
this
sweet.
game over to Gavin and
Us two.
Joshua
Yep.
as I sit back.
Oh.
Oh, here we go.
They don't want to see it. They don't want to see the toxic comp.
They'd forgotten about that, and then the hype video came up, and they're like, "Oh God, wait, we can't let this happen."
They're about to ban the Yumi. They're about to ban Draven.
So they just ban it all out. No, yeah. But it looks like World Regenesis as well as saying, just coming back and saying yet again, yeah, we don't like your bot lane. We feel like that's where you're gonna carry from if you do. So we'll just ban that out. Samir are actually taken off the table from Girl, which is interesting.
Yeah, definitely from the hype video. They do not want to see a huge stomp rolling on them. Those
Yep.
broken champions. Now, they still left up. They still left up. Guess what? Akali. So if they do get their hands on the
finally the
Gragas!
Gragas. We're gonna get to see this Gragas from Zedrez. He does like playing the Gragas, so it'll be interesting to see how good it is. Yeah, that also locks them in their magic damage, which they do seem to struggle to get for a lot of games.
Oh. If he's going to get his Eve. I was thinking if he was going to get the Kindred here, that will actually count. That's counterintuitive for him, going against the Gragas and Gragas' ult.
Yes, Gragas ult can definitely knock people out, but the Eve was left up. Balyeet loves the Eve. Very good and insane map pressure post level 6. Caitlyn is just a really strong ADC to blind pick. She's got that extra range.
We still have Ornn up. We still have Shen up. I wonder if Shen does not get picked up here, Zavator is definitely going to go on that Shen and they're going to run that submarine, without a doubt.
Yeah, Oh, Moonboy has been locked in for World Regenesis. They've got their bot lane. 200 years matched up with Leona, so that is a potential kill lane. We'll have to see how it goes. Aphelios should do fine the first few levels when he has the same range as Caitlyn, but will probably get bullied out in that lane, especially if a strong support into the Leona is locked in. I was actually talking beforehand about the Alistar, but they're not going to go for the Alistar. Instead, they lock in the Senna. So double AD threat in the bot lane. So they definitely want to lock in some sort of more AP as well, or some sort of front line. But Senna can keep them topped up through that lane. Can definitely provide a lot of map pressure. This is a map pressure team. Some very global ultimates in an Evelyn.
Yeah. I might actually won't be surprised if Preston pulls out the Galio. I don't know if he actually plays the Galio. Really good tank. I guess he's kind of being pushed towards this supportive, like, utility mid laner right now. You
I
do
think
have the damage on your team.
Galio as well with Evelyn. Really good pick, because Evelyn just pops out of nowhere, and then Galio zones for her to get out of the fight. So, yeah, quite excited to see where they go with this. Lissandra banned away, which Preston has played before. Shen as well. They're just never getting their hands on Shen.
Yeah. It should have been picked up before Senna. I guess they just wanted to lock in their bot lane. I think the Senna could have been picked before B5. It wasn't going to be a problem for them, but he does get his hands on Syndra. Preston does play Syndra.
Yep, and Syndra's a fairly good blind pickable champion. Fizz locked in, so they want this kill lane mid. That is double AP though. Makes defensive Orns. Oh, and Orn. Oh boy.
Thanos is here. The clock is ticking.
So the one thing to note here is there's a lot of pressure on Titus on this Aphelios to be able to carry this game. That counter pick was saved though for Zabator in the top lane. Looks like he might be thinking about locking in the Camille into Ornn.
Definitely like this matchup. Camille, Ornn. Of course, Camille wins the lane against Ornn, but of course you have Ornn
win the side lane.
You have Ornn with his gauntlet ready to destroy the team with his items.
If you don't end the game early. No, but Camille will always be a massive threat on the side lane into that Ornn. You can also use... there's some very interesting interactions between Ornn and Camille. Camille can dodge his ult, knock up, or his knock-ups using her ult. She can also use her hook shot off of the little Ornn pillar that he puts down with his Q. If you do it right, I'm pretty sure you can interrupt his dash towards the pillar by hook shotting onto it and onto him. So this could be a very challenging top lane to play. We'll have to see how that goes. There is a poll in the chat right now for who you think is going to win Game 3. Yeah,
who do you got?
Vote away, guys. Vote away.
Who do I got? Well, I would like a series, at least 4 games, and I predicted it would be a 3-1, at least, so I'd like Girl to take one. I think Girl can take this as well. They've got the good matchup in the top lane. As long as the mid doesn't go too badly, I'm noticing something here.
I noticed something here too.
Is that...
So, what?
Are they just going to swap last second, or is this actually they want to put the Caitlyn mid?
No. I think they're going to put
they can't
Mr.
swap
Man
now. We're
mid.
in spectator delay. They're in the boat.
Yeah, we're in spectator delay. This is the lanes.
Oh,
well, it's
are
not
they
the lanes?
Well,
but it's...
Are they? Wow. Yeah, maybe they're putting Mr. Man mid because they've realized Preston's not doing too well in the matchups, or he just wants to get out of that matchup.
Yeah, wow, or it might be a Caitlyn mid. Who knows? But interesting. That's really interesting. So you said 3-1, girl.
I think I did. So you know, my prediction's already out the window, but we can see how badly wrong it was.
Yeah, that's a little bit. Don't need to poke fun at you. Definitely this game. I believe, of course, you have Big Yeet on his comfort pick, Evelyn. But I think that's the only comfort pick with all of them, correct?
Zoe has played a hell of a lot of Senna.
Okay.
I think I'd probably consider it some sort of comfort pick for him. I don't really know about the others.
Yeah, I don't know. Evelyn's just going to be a menace. They have to track down this Evelyn. It's just going to be hard because Evelyn can use flanks, whatnot, and they have scaling on girl side. Don't get me wrong, they have scaling, but you have Thanos on the other side, which beats your scaling. But my vote definitely goes out to WRE. Favorites here. They might 3-0 this, but I would like a series. If girl pulls one sneaky cheesy game off here, that would be pretty nice. But it will actually tell us what WRE is lacking.
Yeah, so the one problem for WRE really looking at their team is a lot of their damage is indexed into that Aphelios.
Yeah.
You know what's really good at killing an immobile ADC? An Evelyn. And a Camille. Camille could even lock Aphelios down for Evelyn to point and click. It's, yeah, going to be quite an interesting one. We'll have to see how the game goes as we launch into the game. Oh, it's just a little bit of lag.
Yeah, I was like, launch into the
Game. There it goes. So as we get into game, hopefully we'll get to see what these lanes are. Preston, of course, taking Ignite as always on Caitlyn. Syndra does have Cleanse, so I would expect her to be bot lane into Leona. Cleanse is really good into Leona.
Yeah, you can definitely cleanse one of the CCs. You have to really be good with that cleanse. You definitely want to get that E root and then the Q, and then you can cleanse it. Wow, we are loaded up into the game immediately.
Very quickly, yep.
Nia's
well, we're gonna have to
lagging
do
behind.
a little bit of a talk about what's happening, I guess. What we see. So yeah, it is the Caitlyn mid and the Syndra bot lane. I don't know how Caitlyn does into Fizz. I mean, she'll be able to bully him out early, but Caitlyn's not a very tanky champion.
Yeah.
Might struggle.
So I don't know if she loaded up in the game yet, but it's a classic fan coming out. Eve is posturing that she's going to start top side, but she's probably going to drop a ward and start off this blue side jungle, so she has a little bit more mana going through this path in jungle.
I wouldn't be too surprised to see a top lane start, just because it means she's probably not going to have to contest for the Scuttle Crab, and she doesn't really want to contest the Gragas early for that Scuttle Crab. Fleet footwork as well on the Caitlyn, so she can take heavy trades and still heal up. And of course, Ignite. Wouldn't be Preston without Ignite.
Yeah, it actually does seem like fairly basic rune choices across the board. Saboteur having the grasp and Illusion going for the grasp as well. Expecting to do heavy trades top lane. Does speed that sustain, build that HP. I mean, that's the lane. Ignite actually coming on, sorry. Not Ignite. Electrocute coming out from Gragas. Actually wanted to see Predator.
Yeah, so it's an interesting pickup. More of the burst style, less of the ganking though. Trades in this top lane. Saboteur just getting nice Qs off, putting Illusion down to just above half health.
Yeah, I expect this one to actually just play passive. You're not going to win these trades. Wait until your jungler comes up. Literally does play passive. You're going to scale, buddy. You're going to scale.
The engagement of Saboteur does miss the hook shot onto the Ornn, but the auto Q will chunk him down even further to about 200 health. Preston, meanwhile, just put the auto attacks in mid, but there's a gank in mid. Zedras coming in here, and Preston uses the net to just net away and slow down Zedras. He'll walk out of that very safely, nothing used. So they should know Zedras is on top side.
Yeah. So they actually have this ward here. I don't know if we can see that right by the blasting cone. So they can actually track this even where she's at. So they should be able to spot her right when she's going down to her Gromp.
Oh, engage in bot lane from AJ Styles gets the stun onto Troll Zoe, put to about half health. Exhaust is used down onto Titus, keeping Troll Zoe healthy. There's the root onto the Leona. They're just doing what damage they can. Mr. Man is bursting out Titus though. Overall, good trade actually for Girl, and there's a trade in the top lane. Ornn just going in, using the Brittle to its best effect, getting the better of Zabutora in that trade. Level 3 hit, and that's another root onto Troll Zoe, but a nice root from Troll Zoe onto Aphelios. It doesn't matter though, the damage is there. He's dead already. Flash forwards from Aphelios to get that root. Cleanse and flash used for Mr. Man to get away. Value is here though. Flash forwards does get stunned by Leona. That's a kill picked up onto the Evelynn though. Meanwhile, there was a ganking top lane that Zabutor was able to get out of using the flash. And flash was also used from Zedrez.
Wow, so yeah, what we saw just down that bot side, you see Senna's not that mobile. It was definitely looking in Girl's favor entirely during that, like they traded well, but I guess they just overextended that fight, and it just turned out even for them.
Titus is losing a lot of this wave of minions. So overall, if you do want the trades to come out, you want it to be your support that would die and the enemy's ADC. So you want to keep your ADC able to farm in that lane.
Right. You see, Gragas, he's actually posturing mid.
Oh, Hex Flash over the wall. Oh, and Preston's in a bad spot here. Uses the net, tries to get away from Cheetah, getting the auto attacks down. Cheetah has the flash. Ignite is just enough to take him down. Oof. And that's a 1-for-1 trade in the 1v2. Preston coming out clutch here with that Ignite.
Yeah, Ignite paying off for him. That was actually good. The lane state is not that bad for him. He's going to definitely pick up these minions when he recalls. Ooh.
Yeah, it's pushing slightly into Cheetah, but not too heavily. Might actually push back now that the melee minion aggro went completely weird. You can never know with minion aggro. Oh, and engage in the top lane here from Illusion gets Zabutora to 300 health. Illusion actually being able to trade pretty well on this Ornn.
Yeah, he's doing well against the Ornn. Once you get...
Preston has the BF sword.
Oh,
that back was enough. That's going to be a lot of damage. Cheetah's going to find this lane very annoying to play now. Of course, ace in the hole won't be that useful into a fizz.
Yeah, that's definitely a playful trickster, right? Yep. The ace in the hole. I want this vision to be mid-focused because this Caitlyn's going to be harassing.
Oh, and engage in the bot lane again. They've stunned Troll Zoe, gotten down to about half health. Trace do go back though, they get AJ Styles to about 60%, get a little bit of poke onto Titus. Zedrez is walking in for this lane gank. He's going to Hex Flash onto a ward though, so Girl know that he's there. We check the stats on Senna.
They're actually
setting they're setting up for a tower dive. Fizz is 6, Chum the Waters is available for him. So... Now, Troll Zoe's not yet got those 20 stacks to get the extra first tick of extra range. Well, Genesis will instead settle to take this Drake. It is only an early Cloud, but that doesn't mean we won't get the Cloud Soul.
Hey, caster curse is gone. I'm casting, man.
Hey. Oh, a nice interrupt there from Illusion to not get knocked up, and there's the ultimate. His body does knock Zabutora out of it. I've never seen that interaction before.
I actually never seen that interaction before either. Meanwhile, bot lane.
There's an engage, but a nice stun scatter the weak back from Mr. Man just keeps Troll Zoe safe. A root down onto Mr. Man. Cleanse is used. They've got the root down onto AJ Styles. The exhaust has come out onto the Aphelios. Doing what he can, healing up.
Yeah, that interaction top lane was very interesting. I've never seen that interaction before.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure how that worked. The ultimate was used and he somehow got body blocked by Ornn out of his own ultimate, cancelling it? Not so sure. But either way, they did pick up the kill. There's an engage in the mid lane. Preston
Oh,
getting
perfect
that.
trap.
Oh, the trap. But he's going to die. It will be the 1-for-1 trade in the end. I'll be interested to see if Preston does decide to pick up any MR.
Probably a Hex Drinker would be a really good pickup. Hex Drinker or PD, but I really expect the Hex Drinker to come out because of the...
Oh, ultimate was used. I don't think Charles already had to flash that. He was out of the stun range. He would have just got slowed. But better to flash if you think you might die. Meanwhile, jungler's just been clearing their jungle. Evelyn getting slightly ahead because she is quicker at clearing. Does have that Dark Seal with the 2 stacks on it. Overall, Girl are actually up 500 gold. I think this might be their first proper lead. Oh, now that the abilities have been used, Avatar goes in for that trade. Overall, it's about even. Illusion really making good use of Bellows Breath. Yeah, to take a look at how Illusion's using the Bellows Breath, he's holding it every time to make sure he can't get that hookshot stun. Oh, Zavatar is in trouble here though. There's the knock up, there's the damage.
Wow. Now I know why they banned this Gragas. It's annoying.
It is very annoying. A nice small trade from Cheetah there. As soon as his ult is up, I assume he'll probably go back in, and it is just about off cooldown now.
I just want to point something out. Very interesting. Wait. They're posturing mid.
Zetress is looking for a Hex Flash over the wall here, I think. Chum the Waters has been used. That's the flash in, and the Solar Flare was used as well. Bali does get that kill, and he should be able to ult to get out of this one. He's trying to get them low enough to kill, but the knock-up comes in from Zedrez, meaning that he cannot channel his own ultimate.
That was a very clean dive. They coordinate that really well. And that's all towards Leona and the Gragas landing their the key abilities down.
And at the end, Bali just got a little bit too greedy there, wanting to stick around until he could kill the Leona. And it meant that the knock-ups did have him punished.
But yeah, I want to point out something. Very interesting pickup coming out from Fizz. He's actually building Gunblade. Now, have you ever seen a Fizz build a Gunblade before?
I can't say that I have, although it does make sense in some ways. You do get a lot of your damage out of your auto attack, so it's not like the AD is really going to waste. And you get the extra slow from the active. Oh, an engage here from Bali in the mid lane. It's not quite enough damage to finish Cheetah, but he does get the flash.
It's not worth it, Aphelios. Just kill the minion. One minion freeze. Sorry.
Oh, what a freeze. Preston finally gets a plate, but he's going to get ganked again. And there it is, back into the tower. And an easy kill picked up. Illusion trying to do the scuttle. I didn't see who got that in the end. It was actually Zabator on the Camille. Engage in the tower. Titus has just been left on his own under the tower. Flash forward from Mr. Man. Won't pick it up. Oh no, it's an absolute disaster.
No.
And AJ Styles will pick up that second kill. He's gone on into Balyi. I'm not sure he really wants that fight. Interesting play from Cheetah in the top lane. Uses Chum the Waters.
They're reaching. They're reaching for this. They
really are. They want to do this, but they have used the Fizz ultimate. There's no Gragas ultimate either. It's going to be a hard kill. Zavatari can try and use ultimate. Does just flash out of the knock-up, but there's just too much damage. Zavatari is still alive somehow.
Who are they trying to donate the kill to?
Tries to dodge with the ult. Is dodging all the magic damage. Cheetah will just pick that up in the end. Preston has managed to get here, but won't be able to put down enough damage to pick up any kills from this. Hex Flash coming over the wall. They want to keep going. Flash away from Preston. But it's not enough, and very clean tower dives coming out for World Regenesis in this top lane.
Yeah, they're balancing out that tower aggro. They're just trying to juggle that aggro.
Yeah, they're using the playful tricks from the Fizz really effectively here.
Well, all that was going, girl decided to pick up drag. Just a close mountain.
Free drag, it's a nice mountain. Double stun down onto AJ Styles. He's starting to get a bit low. The ultimate is not up yet for the Syndra. Titus is still going in on this, but they're all very low, and Bally's behind them, and that's definitely the double being picked up right there. And that's the kind of thing you want if you're Girl. Get these key carries ahead.
Yep.
Cedric looks like he might want to go in here. Does use the barrel. Troll Zoe is extremely low, uses the smite to finish him off, but that's a massive shutdown into Eve. That's 800 bonus gold that he's just put in her pocket because he wanted to take a 1v3.
Oh.
Chum the Waters is used, that will be one dead Syndra already, and then he, holy crap, just goes straight onto Balyi and one-shots him.
It was definitely messy.
Yeah, if you can get the drop on Eve, you can definitely burst her. And that is 9 stacks on the Dark Seal for Fizz. Preston, meanwhile, has just been auto-attacking down this mid-tower. You can see there's just over a plate left on it. I wouldn't be too surprised to see that tower fall soon.
Yeah. You know,
Gonna
Caitlyn's
greed.
definitely... Oh, it's a little bit greedy.
Oh, assist pings were coming down. They know where Caitlyn is right now. But nothing will happen. Bot lane, meanwhile, is being pushed in here by World Regenesis. Wave will just get cleared out by Syndra. Zabator is going in for this fight. Preston is there to help him out, but he's already bursted down and already dead, and no real damage was put down. In return for that, the flash falls into Preston. That's a one-shot. Valiant does pick up the Gragas in return, but now Cheetah is just trying to run him down. Ornn is also here.
Teams banned this Gragas.
He's just gone. He's gone full AP, and he's using the AP.
And it's really good against his team. Like, you have squishes all around. This Gragas is perfect. Perfect pickup. Meanwhile, bot lane. I think this E might want to do something in this bot side.
She is invisible. Oh, Solar Flare is used onto Evelyn. AJ Styles keeping him locked down, but there's no one with him. Girl are just a bit too worried to go in on that one. Meanwhile, mid lane tower was picked up by World Genesis. Chum the Waters was used on Preston, that's under the tower yet again. He gets rooted, but he'll be able to walk out of that one. Nowhere near enough damage put down previously. And this is the problem with if it's an assassin. Oh. But he does pick that up. That was half health of damage. Troll Zoe flashing out of that one. Zedrez will go back in, does use the cask, but they're invisible right now. Troll Zoe trying to stay alive, but can't quite keep himself alive. AJ Styles going in under this tower. The unleashed power was used, but Leona just too tanky.
Now, Syndra stopped moving there for a second. I don't know what it was.
I think it was the Aphelios route from his slow auto attack. Slows presses Q and it reads.
Now that was too. Oh,
it's quite a long route. It's ridiculous, but you know, 200 years the champion. They want to go in on Ornn here. He is only level 11. None of those upgraded items yet. No real MR. Ace in the hole is challenged as well, just to get that extra assist
Thanos
down.
might actually kill someone here.
They were trying to donate it to someone. I'm not sure who. I'm guessing they're waiting for Preston to get there, but Preston at the moment is just getting one shot by Fizz. I'm not sure that's who you really want the kills on.
Right. You have two huge shutdowns going on Eve this game.
I would prefer to see them on Camille.
Yeah, but look at the itemization. She actually picked
Zedrez
up,
coming back in yet again. Hookshot was used and a flash, but that's not enough. Here comes Gragas.
No.
And there goes Camille.
Oh, man.
AJ Styles wanting to take this 1v1 against Troll Zoe. That's a lot of channels being used by AJ Styles, but he's not alone. He does have Titus here. Balyi also is in the area. AJ Styles getting fairly low. Troll Zoe is picked up on the back half, but that was a big overstep from the bot lane of World Regenesis. And they might lose this dragon because of it. Cheetah is sitting here. He has Chum the Waters. Does not have Chum the Waters available, in fact. But he won't need it to one-shot the Evelyn. And that's a shutdown now. Going into the pockets of Fizz. This champion already disgusting just with the one item. And this game.
Can you guys give us a breather, alright? Give us a breather. Like stop. Stop.
Maybe just have a nice farm lane for a bit.
But with all this fighting going around, it's only a 2k gold lead for WRE.
Yes, and if they can't get to the key members of Girl and burst them out, eventually they will start losing these fights. They do have the scaling from Ornn, but that's a full damage Gragas. It's not tanky. You're basically relying on the Gragas and Leona here. Which there is pretty big. But there's just a lot of carries for the side of Girl. Saboteur a bit caught out of position, but Izzy's getting a lot of damage down onto Titus. Ultimate is used. Does not quite manage to pick that up. I think I saw 100 health left. And yeah, absolute save there from Ornn to be there to put down the extra damage. AJ Styles out of position now. Glacial Augment will just help them run him down. Getting him low. I think they want to give it to Preston. No, they're giving it to Balyit. But Chum the Waters was used. It doesn't matter. The center shield is not enough to keep you alive
max
through
range.
the Fizz.
That was max range.
That
wasn't going to hit.
Massive.
They're posturing top side.
Balyit probably wanting to assassinate Titus if possible. Has to stay out of vision here.
But Gragas is here with his full combo.
Oh no. The flash forwards, they do pick up the 1-for-1. Both AD carries are down. Flash forwards from Zedras, it's not enough damage to finish Mr. Man.
That was a little bit of miscommunication on that
Cheetah
part.
wants to go back in there. Mr. Man needs to be able to complete this back. He's very susceptible right now to pretty much any damage. Oh no. Oh,
no.
Saboteur. Oh, use the hookshot to try and get away, but it's not enough. That's just so much damage. Oh my god, and Trollzo he just gets
disappeared.
absolutely one shot. I think that was just a QW empowered auto attack there.
Yeah, that's what it was.
I think you might want to start thinking about picking up some MR if you're on the side of Girl.
Yeah, I was questioning the Banshees, but now I understand.
I did find it a bit strange both the solo laners for Girl didn't go double MR in. When you're into champions that pretty much just do magic damage, you can pretty much make an assassin useless if you're able to just take double resist rune to them. And then they stand no chance really at killing you early, but there we go, it's not what they did. AJ Styles yet again doing his best cosplay of Hylissang here, wanting to split push his way to victory, but Balyit is behind him. He'll just walk back to his team here. Charm was put onto him, but I don't think they'll use it. Oh, and that's the Banshee's Veil honestly saving him there. A lot of the burst did not come down. Cheetah not having the Chum the Waters to throw out there, so that won't be a kill. Saboteur with a nice hook shot to get out. Solar Flare was used down onto Camille. That's a lot of damage being put down, but it's not enough. Ace in the hole with the center ultimate. Also not enough flash forwards from Troll Zoe. Really wanting that kill. Not able to find it. Exhaust was thrown down onto Fizz. Zedra is looking for something. There's the call of the Forge God. And Preston, yeah, just gets one shot by Fizz. This Fizz is just too much. It's too much damage. And they do manage to pick up the Gragas on the back half, but it's just too little. Your Evelyn's ahead, but she can't one-shot 5 people at once.
Yeah, she's getting every shutdown possible, but it's not paying off for Girl.
Oh my god.
Of course, try and find these little
200
picks.
years. Do you see that healing off a single wave? He went from 100 health to full. And he hasn't built any healing items. That was just the healing gun.
Uh-oh.
Oh, Balyit going in for that. Titus does just get the flash. That could be big if we come up to a team fight. Titus is now.
But he's going back again.
very susceptible to being caught out. Cheetah is just walking around in this jungle. Stun misses.
All right. Now we have a little bit of breather room, I think. Dragon's going to come up. I expect...
20 seconds.
Ooh. What should...
Oh no, Charm the Waters down onto Troll Zoe yet again, and that's a death. The Charm does go down, and they pick up the Fizz. That is worth if you're a girl.
Yeah.
Because that's 10
Support
stacks
for it.
off the Medjais.
Yeah. Man, there's just so much action happening in this game right now. Uh-oh.
Done put down onto
has no
Titus.
flash.
Citrus is also there. Oh, the flash over into the unleashed power, and that is enough power. Zedras now is coming round. He might want to go on to Mr. Man. Ultimate used from Evelyn to get out of that. Nice. There was a nice scatter the week there from Mr. Man on the back half that kept Gragas away. And Girl are clinging into this game. They don't want to give
find
this
these
up.
little small picks here and there. They have to play it like that because you have an Evelyn. Evelyn has to go in and assassinate someone. But look, they're waiting.
Oh no, Call of the Forge God goes down. That's 1 down, that's 2 down. Balyi is in this back half, does manage to pick up the Gragas. That might stop the Dragon. Balyi can just stay alive through this. AJ Styles getting very low, but it's not quite enough. Illusion is the only one left alive now, and the healing from Troll Zoe is massive, keeping Balyi alive. And they should be able to pick this up, but Fizz will probably just do it on the back half. Illusion's still alive. They do pick him up eventually, but the Fizz is just too much.
It literally disappeared. Literally disappeared.
And it
That
was
son
looking
disappeared.
so good for Girl. But
While it was looking good, they had the little bushwhack. They
It was
set up
so-
the bushwhack. That was it.
What a team fight there. The bush kills coming out from the side of World Regenesis, and then they almost lose the, I think it was a 3v3 on the back half.
Yep.
Oh no, it was a 3v2 actually. It was just the Evelyn and the Senna, I think. Because Zabator was top lane.
Yeah.
So you can
Had
see
TP
Girl are
up
definitely
too.
still... Yeah, Girl are definitely still in this game if they can play it well. Get major cooldowns out of the side of World Regenesis.
I'm surprised that World Regenesis
Oh,
is not
there's 3 of
whoa.
them here. Cheetah goes for it. He jumps in. One-shots Preston, but goes down himself. Titus was a little bit far forwards there, but is just going to walk out. Balyi chasing him down. Does get the flash forwards into the kill, and that's 2 down out from the side of World Regenesis. The 2 big carries. It is just Gragas left here for their damage. He does have the Void Staff and the Lich Bane. He can do a lot of damage. Control Zoe
This
is
game
pretty
is not
low.
over yet. This game is not over yet.
Banshees is still up on the Syndra. Not up on Balyi. Call of the Forge God is used. Banshee's tagged out. Troll Zoe gets picked up by the Dragon.
Ooh!
Oh, what a stun. And then the flash forwards from the Gragas picks up the Evelyn. Unleashed power will pick one up on the backside, but it's just Mr. Man left alive into the 2 tanks. If he doesn't get tagged by any CC, he could win this, but he has to play it really slow, does not have much damage.
Drag has yet to be taken.
Preston is walking down now, but Fizz is also on the way. This should be World Regenesis' Dragon. Preston might decide to die here for the chance to
He
steal the
might
Dragon. He's going for it. He's doing what he can. Fizz is still mid lane.
He's trying to stall for Zabator
There's
so
the
he can
engage
TP,
down.
but I don't know about that. I don't know about
It's
that.
just giving 300 gold more into the pockets of World Regenesis. At that point, it's not your dragon. You lost the fight. Oh, goodbye,
Oh
Sorry.
god.
Now 16 stacks now back up on the Fizz Medjais. Oh no. Was missed on the Chum the Waters. Cheetah is getting very low, does use Playful Tricks to dodge out from the Unleashed power, but it's not enough and he will go down. This Fizz is starting to fall off. He's down to 6 stacks on his Medjais. So Fizz is one of these assassins where he gets his power in burst. That first item, the finished Death Cap, are 2 of the really big ones. And he's now hit those, so from this point on, realistically, he's probably just going to start falling off.
Yeah, he's going to act like Evelyn. Gotta assassinate someone and gotta keep on going. we see the molten edge coming out. Thanos is coming out giving gifts one by one. He gave one to Aphelios. Now 200 years is going to be a little bit 400 years. Doubling his output.
Oh, and
no.
Titus has found Troll Zoe. Troll Zoe just wants to ward.
But
And they're just bullying this poor Senna.
68 kill game.
Oh
Wow.
no, what is Titus doing? He does flash away from that. Use the ultimate to engage from Balyeet there, but that's a lot of damage. Oh my god, and he almost gets Mr. Man on the back half as well. Red buff should tick him back up to be healthy. The teleport is being channeled from the Ornn. It is just an Ornn though. What will he be able to do here? Fizz is slowly on the way.
Oh, blowing ult for this.
There's the ult used, but it is the kill picked up. Oh no. That was a single
Shouldn't
ability
flash.
auto attack.
Oh man. Yeah, I think I would have preferred the MR boots coming out from Caitlyn. Guess all this.
I would have liked any Emma. Oh, Troll Zoe. Oh no. Oh, the exhaust does come down, but it's not enough, and the electrocute there, paying for itself.
See, Cheater is not even using Ignite. I think he
He
could have
doesn't
gotten
have
away
to.
with. He could have gotten away with probably like exhaust or maybe even barrier.
Yeah, it was quite useful early for picking up some of those earlier kills. But yeah, the Caitlyn pick into the Fizz, not really gone too amazingly well. I think I would have preferred to see them just put the Caitlyn bot lane and pick something a bit stronger into the Fizz, or something that won't die so much. Towards the later on. Flash forwards from Cheetah, one shot onto the Syndra. He's picked up in return, but that's pretty much his job, just assassinate one person. Zedras now picks up a second, that's the Camille down. Stuns have gone down, Preston is low, Preston is down, Trollzo is doing what he can. Balyeet on the backside just gets CC'd, and this Gragas is just too big. That's a triple kill for the Gragas, and that should be Game 3 going over to World Regenesis, a full sweep.
A full sweep. They've been sweeping this bracket left and right, and you can see them that they are the best team in our tournament.
Yep. And they'll just slowly walk this down to victory.
Man.
Eventually. Nope, they're not going to. They think it's a bit too risky. There's a whole tower left up, and Galar respawning. They don't want to start giving too much away.
They want to stat pat their character. No?
Ugh. I can see the chat. Here we go.
They want to give Camille one kill, participation kill, you know?
Oh, that was bad manners. Well,
Man.
So you can't see what's going on in the chat. They're having just a little bit of a chat. Oh no, but here's an engage again from Cheetah. He was knocked back. Chum the Waters was used. It does hit onto Mr. Man. That shouldn't be enough to finish him off though. They do pick Saboteur on the backside of that. It just doesn't have the damage. Scatter the Weak is used. Cheetah now on almost no health. AJ Styles is also a bit too far forwards here. Tries to get the rope down onto Mr. Man, but can't. Yeah, the in-game chat, they're just having a nice talk about how close that fight was in the mid lane there between Senna and Gragas. And looks like World Regenesis will just try and pick up this Ocean Soul. Balyeet is hanging around, not yet spotted out.
Man, it's just one of those games.
Flashes in, tries to steal it, not quite. The ultimate doesn't get him out of the pit.
You know, it's just one of those games. You know, you clearly see your picks didn't work. Your picks didn't work, and
nice buff transfer.
200 years versus cookie cutter, cookie clicker.
Senna's doing what she can, but that's not much. Oh, but this isn't a 1v1. How rude. Having a nice 1v1 there. But they're just going to slowly run this down. Taking
Wait, which team is going to
first
slowly
of the
run it down?
towers. Oh, I mean, you could say it for either team, but looks like Girl might try and mount some sort of defense. They'll see what they can do, but this game is just over. We're just waiting for WRE to walk it into the base at this point. Oh, the unleashed power was not enough to pick up the kill on the backside there, but it was picked up by Yeet. Not have enough to finish off Fizz, the bleed from Fizz too much. Getting the Evelyn dead. Into the fountain Cheetah goes.
In that
and that's
fountain.
one dead Fizz. Will the game end? Will the game end? It isn't Ornn left alive. He's level 18. He could just auto down this tower. But he's not autoing the tower down. He's going for the 1v3. He's tanking them all up.
He's so tanky.
He's flashing away. He's finishing the game. And there we go. Third game over to World Regenesis.
Wow.
My god.
What a
What did we just
series.
watch?
91 kills
This
in
is-
the
this
game.
Clown Fiesta. Wow.
But at least we ended on a fun game.
Yeah, we did.
I think it depends which team you were on to whether that was fun.
Yes, I have a feeling a few people weren't finding that too fun.
So, whilst I set up our final MVP vote for today, take it away, you two. What?
Who are the MVPs?
Who are our
I mean,
MVPs?
we'll
Who's
start on the
MVPs?
side of Girl again. I think people you're probably likely to give it to here are Yeet or Mr. Man. Mr. Man was definitely getting picks. He was getting really nice scatter the weeks. They were doing quite well in that bot lane, him and Troll Zoe together. Ganked a few times and didn't get double killed really. There was one spicy tower dive that went badly, but overall played quite well. Yeet was trying his best. A few mechanical errors, but you know, that happens. I think I'd give it to Mr. Man slightly though. In that one, if we go over to the winning team, I think there's two people here you look at, Zedrez and Cheetah. And I think for me, it would just be Cheetah on that Fizz. Not because it was anything spicy, it was just seeing a Fizz, you know, press one button and then auto attack and an enemy carry disappearing. Zedrez did play very well on the Gragas as well, so I would not be surprised for him to get that MVP.
For me.
Yeah, we just, I think we just deleted a scene. So we'll go to this one.
Dudes.
Great
Oops,
tournament, clap emoji.
I think I would. Whoa, what? Anyway, for me, I
Dude.
think I would actually give it to, for the losing team, I give it to Preston. You know what? MV Preston. You know why? Just because he actually tried really. I think he tried.
He
during
did.
the laning. During the laning, like he got plates. Of course, it's a range against a melee. Cheater's going to have a rough time, but Zedrez was always there. He didn't have the vision, and he was constantly pushing. Maybe I think if Mr. Man was on the Caitlyn and Preston was on Syndra, it would have been better. I think this game would have been different. But they really wanted to put Preston on this 80 carry. Maybe they forgot to switch. Either way, Preston played really well. Big E took all the kills. He got multiple shutdowns, and of course that's not good to have multiple shutdowns piled up on you.
You can see he was actually full build by the end of the game, where the rest of the team, Camille, for example, only sitting on 2 items, never really got
Yeah.
to the point where she could side lane into the Ornn effectively.
Yeah, you got thrift store itemization from Preston because someone was a little bit too greedy and took all the kills. And
But there we
Saboteur, he didn't really have his lane. He didn't have an open lane to split on actually bully this Ornn. But I think for the winning team, of course, I'm biased. I'll always give it to Thanos. Tanking that damage. give snap of his finger, Molten Edge. You got Salvation coming out. You got Rabadon's Death Crown coming out. You know,
The double death crown as well.
double Death Crown. Just the damage coming out. He was the tank for the team, the low key tank. But yeah, I'll give it to Ornn just because I like Ornn.
Chat so far voting in the favour of Cheetah's Fizz, but it's pretty split across the board. We do have almost the entirety of Regenesis ready to be interviewed as our first ever championship finalists. So I'm going to drag them all in now.
All of them?
All
All
of
them.
All
Oh
of them.
my god.
Oh,
Okay.
here we go.
I mean,
oh,
note to them,
Discord.
no being too toxic.
Welcome
welcome.
to the chat. And whilst we interview, I will have your pictures up on screen so everyone can see who we're talking to.
Oh no.
Our right hand
Amazing.
side voice
Perfect.
here.
Where's AJ?
Let's drag him up. He wasn't in the waiting
Can't believe you
channel,
left
so I didn't-
AJ. How?
He wasn't in the waiting channel, so I just didn't see him.
Oh.
But yes, first of all, congratulations to you guys as our first winners. I just want to say I was the only one who predicted you to win out of the casters.
Very true.
I predicted 2. I predicted 2.
I like predicting.
I
the
said
underdogs, so.
3-1. I thought you guys were going to drop a game, but you guys definitely showed you weren't going to drop a game.
But yeah, I feel like this is a big step up from Regenesis that we saw in the quarters and the semis to this week. It feels like you're just a lot, I don't know, better as a team.
Prepared?
What brought that together? What happened? Walk us through it.
I smoked weed this time. So
Okay.
more focus.
Okay, there we go.
Nah, but I think we played around mid lane almost every single game because I put only like a little bit of pressure in bot lane in like early game on the first 2 games, and in the last game, and in the fiddle 6 games as well, I only ganked mid lane because I know Preston's Ioriaa in the first game is like disgusting if he ever gets fed. So by ganking mid lane, we just got Cheater like super fed and ahead, so he got to like one shot the entire enemy comp every game.
I actually have a question about that first game. I saw you picked the Kha'Zix and the Diana. Was that solely to pressure Preston in his mid lane and to pressure the Bei
Nope.
on his Kindred?
The Diana pick was just because of we were lacking AP damage. Like we were like full AD, I think. We had a Malphite, but we're not letting Hampa go full AP Malphite. So we needed an AP mid laner, and I know that he's really good on either Lissandra or Diana, and Diana just fits our comp better right there.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yep. Anything you would like to say to the other teams in the brackets? Any shout-outs you want to give to good opponents or anything at all that's not too flamey?
I think Balyit is actually insane. Like he actually tried so well. Like he tried so hard and he actually did really good. It was just I think our team moved a bit more than theirs did, and Balyit can probably stomp next season really hard if his team listens better. Maybe that's it. But
So
for next season,
rotations.
yeah, that's it. Yeah, I think mid lane rotation. We have the same thing with our top lane rotation sometimes, where it takes a bit too long for people to follow, but that's fine. But for next season, me and our top lane are probably gonna swap roles. So, yep. We'll
Yes.
see.
So for anyone that does not know, new rules coming in about where diamonds can play, specifically Diamond 3+ for now. We're going to see how that affects it. You can't play any role that appears in your top 5 most played champions, basically. At least at the time when you sign up. If you want to go and practice and get the top laner into your top 5, go ahead. But it's like, yeah.
Yeah,
No.
we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
There we go. Any more questions,
I
guys?
have one about Game 3.
Yes.
And my question is, what?
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 You
Did
cut out.
No, I didn't cut out. That was
Oh
the
yeah,
question.
it sounded like you
That
cut it
was
out.
the
The question was what?
What? Just what?
Yeah, it was a clown fiesta. I know it was like a huge clown fiesta. Like we were kind of trying to go the assassin comp that we did against TLH from game 3, like the Rengar comp and stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't know who told them, but apparently they knew. So they first, like, their first ban was Rengar, and Yumi the third pick, like third ban. So we were like, well, we just hope that they won't ban Gragas. And then I saw the Gragas open, and we were like kind of going a full, or me and mid lane were going like assassins again.
Yeah, I don't think you're gonna get that Gragas again. I think I think that's gonna be perma banned into you again.
It got banned the previous 2 games, so meh.
They let you once and.
Yeah, I think they forgot to ban it last game. I'm not sure. We also forgot to ban Evelyn because that was also a pretty annoying champion to play against that game because of the Banshee's purchase was just insane. I couldn't one-shot her anymore after she bought that item.
Right. I do have another question for you guys. So with game 2, was that game a little bit harder for you guys, or did you guys feel comfortable executing that comp against Seraphine?
Kind of hard, actually. Yeah, we're not used to playing against the Seraphine, and I got like my ulti as Fiddlesticks got cancelled like 5 times by Seraphine's ult, and it tilted me so much. But I don't know, our mid laner and bot lane, actually everyone did well. I was just being the support that game.
Yeah, you went 3, 4, and 15. On your Fiddlesticks, and Cheater, you went 8 and 2. How did you like that matchup, Cheater, against Seraphine? Were you comfortable in it? Were you like, oh my gosh, it's Seraphine?
I think it was okay. It was, I kinda know what she does, and whenever she has that triple stack thing, the double ability thing, I just try to stay away so I don't get hit by the root, and that's all I try to do.
Yeah, all of us as casters, we were all saying the Seraphine pick wasn't the best pick for their team. Do you guys believe that she is a mid laner? Like, should be solely a mid laner, or she should just be support?
She's a support, definitely.
Yeah, I guess she can work well if you lack CC in your comp, and the only pick you have left is like a mid laner. Then you could go Seraphine. But if you already have CC, you don't need a champion at all in mid.
Right.
And yeah, her damage isn't that great unless you somehow get her fed, but that's kind of hard.
Yeah, that was actually like that game was actually the closest game for a girl. And
that one fight they won by
the dragon,
dragon fight, which we saw and we were like, oof.
I was really amazed by that. I was like, wait, what? How did we lose that so quick? Where did my HP go? But
I wish I could pull up the replay, but
yes.
That's
Thank you guys for coming on, and congratulations. Hopefully we'll be seeing you again next season. As I now do the speedy drag everyone back down the channel.
I should have helped, really.
So, I would go back to our default screen, but I accidentally deleted it. So, we're going to go back to our tournament bracket screen. Just take one final look. That's why Regenesis 3-0 today. But yes, thank you to both teams for playing today. Thank you to both Gavin and Joshua for casting. You can find them both on Twitch. Gavin.
Oh, very true. I still need to stream once.
And Joshua streams
affiliate.
That. Oh, yeah. Okay, let's try that again. Streamlabs, please work. There you go. Yes.
You get there eventually.
And for sure. So yeah, Streamlabs I think has a ICD on that. But yes, thank you to everyone for playing today, for watching. We had some crazy viewership today, so thank you so much for coming along. And there will of course be more. Season 2 is not far away.
Not far away. Teams in by Friday. I'll spend the weekend putting together the brackets, and hopefully we can get it going the next week. If I'm super snowed under, we might have a second week off. We'll have to see.
Maybe.
Yeah, quarantine's hyping back up, so you got nothing else better to do but use your Twitch Prime at Ioriaa channel, or definitely join the league.
Yes, I've thrown the Discord in chat. That is a place to go if you want to enter. Myself and Gabblit are the people to message.
Yes.
I'm going to throw in the most shameless plug ever. If you enjoyed that that video you saw in the break or at the start, As AJ just said, it will be on my YouTube soon. TM. I just need to upload it.
Yeah, there's other great videos on that YouTube channel, like how to play Vi.
Yeah,
I
I saw
don't.
that. I clicked it. I was
don't
like,
recommend
huh.
my other videos, but you know.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Yes. Thank you everyone for coming, and we will see you all very soon for some more CL. With
Bye.
that, bye guys. Bye.